And hello, Savage fans, and welcome to week number 6 of the Broken Bow Savage football schedule. We are having a prayer at the moment, so if you don't mind, I'll pause. Well, that was awkward timing.
Brief prayer, but we are live at the brand new Stillwell Indian Stadium.
The newly renovated James Bradley Stadium in Stillwell, Oklahoma. They broke ground on this, Chris, on May the 9th, and here we are playing on this new surface. So they put that together really quickly. Hello, football fans, and welcome again to Savage Football here on YouTube. Skip Copeland Chris Chandler, Jonathan Calloway from Stillwell, Oklahoma tonight. Stillwell Indians and the Broken Bow Savages going to get it on in a District 4A4 matchup. The Savages 1-1 on the season in district play. The Indians are 0-2. The Savages looking to get things back on track after a heartbreaking loss last week to the Salisal Black Diamonds in a really important district contest. The captains for both teams are at midfield right now getting instructions from the referee, and we'll have the coin toss here in just a moment, Chris. But you've got some statistics to share with us tonight about this Broken Bow football team.
Well, yeah, we talk about that. The heartbreaking loss in that district contest at Broken Bow last week against the Salisal Black Diamonds. And one of the things, Broken Bow offensively, what a production, but just unable to stop that running game. But you look at these offensives, the running game of the Salisal Black Diamonds. But look at these stats. I mean, we are averaging almost 450 yards a game total offense. That's just remarkable. And again, we're a 4-1 football team. That's our only loss of the season. But it is in a district loss in one of the toughest districts, if not the toughest, probably the toughest in Class 4A. And you look at the longest run, longest pass. I mean, those are seasons, and those are mid-season stats. That's after 5 games, and so that's pretty remarkable. And one of the reasons that they are like that is because of this young man, Graydon Howell. You can't say enough good things about him as a football player. You can't say enough good things about him as a person. But he has really led this football team, and including last week, just a tremendous talent, Skip. And that presents a problem for all opposing defenses. Look at the numbers. That's averaging. He's already over 1,500 yards on the season. That's averaging over 300 yards a game total offense over 5 games.
Yeah, that's fascinating. I mean, it's really he's having a great season statistically, and he's a great young leader as well. Great young man who we're fortunate to have Graydon Howell leading this team. Savages are rocking the helmet right now, getting ready to make their way out into the stadium. So we're just a bit away here from the start of this football game. Oh, you've got those chunk plays here.
Yeah, and that's something if you look at, they have increased. And then last week we had 3 scoring plays from our end of the field. And that's just so we can strike at any time. It's going to be up to the defense, though. This is a very good running team, again, this week in the Stillwell Indians. And so going to be up to, among other people, that young man, Cade Peratt, leader of the Savages. Look at those stats. Total tackles, 68. I mean, that's incredible. Now, one of the things, you look at the tackles for loss, 11, but that was the same prior to last week. One of the things that Salisal did is effectively blocked and kept him from getting a single tackle for loss last week, although we did add, he was again in double digits in total tackles and 41 solo tackles. That's, again, incredible. But he's going to have his hands full because this is a very good running football team in the Stillwell Indians. 3 different guys will be running it, and they will run out of the Wildcat even.
They're a physical football team. They have big linemen. They line up, as you say, and run at you. There's not a lot of misdirection. And here come the Savages in another uniform combination, Chris. This is week 6. We've seen 6 different uniform combinations. Tonight, the white jerseys, black pants, gold helmet combination. That's a pretty good look for us, actually. I like that.
Yeah. And it's, the white helmets debuted this season. Yeah. And so, and we haven't even they don't wear the gray uniforms this year. So.
The gray uniforms actually are not legal anymore. You can't. They've outlawed them. You have to be in a light-colored jersey, and the gray doesn't qualify. So the Savages, and you know what? We were busy with those graphics, and I actually didn't see what happened with the coin toss.
I didn't. You know what? I didn't either. So we're.
Are we sending the kickoff unit or the kick return unit on today?
Well, it depends. Let's look at the personnel. If you see Mr. Zaragoza there, that means that we are kicking.
No, that looks like kick.
No, that's kickoff return.
That looks like kick return. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to get the ball first, and on this field, field's a little faster too. It's that turf field, so it's obviously going to be faster than it was previously when we were up here 2 years ago. But we'll get a chance to see that right off the bat. I'm assuming that they may have won and deferred to the second half.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, either way, we're going to get the football first, it looks like. So I do want to remind you folks that the reason these broadcasts are able to come to you absolutely free right into your home for these types of 3.5-hour away games is because of these sponsors you see rotating in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. I want to be sure and remember those and patronize those businesses, as they're the ones that help us keep our social media going, keep our live streams going. So our thanks to those sponsors. We'll talk more about them as the night progresses, but we've got a football game to talk about first. The Savage kickoff return unit on the field.
Yeah, and I just want to mention, if you notice a little difference, we are in a limited space. Again, very cordial to us, but we're in a little limited space with a screen on half of our press box. And so we're not able to show the actual scoreboard in the upper left-hand portion of your screen, but we'll let you know what the score and time remaining is as we go on.
I'm just hoping I can see the whole game. And so the kickoff is going to go backwards and out of bounds. I don't think I've ever seen us be in field position at the 38-yard line. 39-yard line.
It did go out of bounds, and I'm sure we're not going to make them kick again.
No, I think we want the ball right there. I don't think I've ever seen that, Chris. I don't think I've ever seen the kickoff when you wind up with the football behind where the tee was at. 39-yard line in Stillwell territory. The Savages with outstanding field position and a 5-yard mock-off against Stillwell for going out of bounds. So we got the 5 yards as well. So here we are. Mark it off to the 34-yard line. We need some points out of this. Here's Graydon Howell in the pistol. He's got Snooty Neal in the backfield with him. 3 receivers in formation. Hand off to Neal. Tries the left side. Good blocking up front. Breaks the first tackle. Gets to the 30-yard line. Tumbles down across the 30. A nice gain, 4 yards plus on first down. Just a straight handoff, base play left, and good yardage, Chris.
You might just call that keeping him honest or just trying to get Snooty Neal. Man, he is a strong runner and a fast runner trying to break him loose. That's a good start on first down already at the 30-yard line.
Howell quickly in formation, pistol. And now they'll look to the sideline. Josh McDaniel starts again tonight at center, 3-year senior starter. Sonny Freeman and Hunter Shomo at the guards. Lucas Curry and Aiden Hammonds are the tackles. Those are the 5 up front. Again, Neal behind Howell in the backfield. Graydon wants to throw the football, looking right, fires the ball to a slant route, has Kalel flag, it's complete. That's good enough for first down yardage, stop the clock. We've got 11-13 left first period. The Savages have the first set of first downs.
That was a great adjustment by Flag as the ball was thrown a little behind him, and he had to reach back behind him, managed to just secure the ball, went down, not worried about running after the catch, but did make the catch and got the first down.
Savages send Neal to the slot right side this time. They'll bring Pratt in, H back left, and 3 receivers out wide set. Graydon's going to hand it off. Neal on the jet sweep. Now he breaks the tackle, but he's corralled quickly by the Indians and no gain on the play as Neal took the handoff on the reverse, and Chris, there just wasn't anywhere to go. So the Indians did a good job of turning the play back inside, and then the linebackers collapsed in to make the tackle.
They're a good defense, and they keep in mind this is the team that only beat Poto by 1 point, 31-30.
They lost.
Lost to Poto by 1 point. So they are good defensively. They have good pursuit.
Howell in the pistol. Same formation with Flag and Fields to the right side. That's Brannon in the split left. Pratt's the H-back, right side. Fake handoff to Neal, read option. We had some trouble with the exchange last week. Looks like we had some trouble with it there. Those guys have got to figure that out. That is the 3rd time in 2 weeks that we've seen a fumble on the exchange. And the Savages, with great starting field position, have squandered it. And the Indians have the football 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And
Make it the 23.
Yeah, that's that run pass option and the option about who to hand it to. And that's just, again, as you said, that's a mistake on the exchange. And, man, that'll cost you in close games. And in this district, a lot of the games are going to be close.
So we've got number 10 starting the game at quarterback here for the Indians. I don't see his name, but I'll try to find it here in just a moment. They'll go with an empty backfield. They've got a screen pass call, and the Savages read it, smoke it out. Braden Williams is there. Jackson Porter helps finish, and it's a tackle for loss on first down.
And we've seen this earlier in the season as well, Skip. It's the defense. Offense makes a turnover or loses the ball or gets them in field position. The defense is taking over and is pushing them back toward their own goal line. Beautiful play by Williams.
Jet Kimball, 5'11", 161. That's the quarterback. So Kimball on first down does get a completion, but it's a tackle for loss, and the Savages have forced a 2nd and 14. Now here's a look downfield. He tries the go route, well overthrown. Good coverage by Fields on the split receiver, as the quarterback really was just throwing a timing route that time, Chris. Even though it was 25 yards downfield, he just threw it on the time, not looking at the open receiver.
The excellent read by Fields as he was 2 or 3 steps past the intended receiver. Once the ball was released, he was looking for it. And so that was great coverage, and that puts them in a big third down situation.
Quickly, the Indians find themselves 3rd down and 14. They'll stay with the empty backfield. There's a snap, but wasn't supposed to happen. The Savages wrap him up. Loose ball bounces up. 33 Meddock has it. He's in the end zone. He runs over the referee on the way.
Does that count as a broken tackle for playing Meddock?
So what did they whistle the play dead?
I don't know, but the ball was snapped inadvertently by the center for Stillwell.
Yeah, they whistled the play dead. So the Indians are going to keep possession of the football and be forced to punt it from well inside their 15-yard line at the 12, it looks like. So the punter stands on his own goal line, awaiting the snap, and the Savages will send Graydon Howell back at the Stillwell 40-yard line. High snap, pulls it down, rugby style, gets the kick away. It's a wobbler that's going to bounce at the 44 and then bounce out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. And the Savages, once again, Chris, will take over their 2nd offensive possession in Indian territory. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll be back with more right after this. And welcome back to Bradley Stadium. Savages will send Dejon Hall in motion. Now Graydon wants to throw the football back. He's got Neal behind blockers to the 40-yard line. 35, 30, still on his feet across the 30 to the 29-yard line. Stop the clock and move the chains. 8:49 left first period. The Savages with a 1st and 10 and something working in Indian territory.
That was another completion on that screen, and then Snooty Neal did the rest. Well, he had some good blocking downfield as well, but the Savages are in. It looks like they're going a little bit up-tempo here, Skip.
They're definitely going up-tempo. Of course, they've gone no huddle all year, but they have taken their time with the play clock. Tonight, they're not so much. Graydon scrambling. Reverses his field, now finds an open receiver, but bounces it short of him, 3 yards in front of him. Incomplete, intended for Kalel Flagg, but pass under pressure, unable to be completed. Stops the clock with 8:38 left here in the first period. We have no score. The Savages on their 2nd offensive possession.
That was, again, Hal, you've seen him so many times, reverses his field, rolling out to his right side. Keep in mind he is left-handed, but throw was just off the mark, and he was under pressure on that one.
Savages with Hall and Brannon split to the wide side of the field this time. Now they'll send motion. Williams will change sides as the H-back. Pistol formation. Graydon with the fake. Now he drops back, looking downfield, scrambling to his left. Now he's going to keep it. 30, 25-yard line, makes a cut at the 20. Now he reverses his field, open to the corner. Can he get to the flag? Touchdown, Broken Bow.
Graydon Howell once again just flushed out of the backfield and uses his legs to go, what was that, 30 yards into the end zone?
29-yard touchdown.
Wow.
So we got a penalty.
Electric.
Looks like we have a penalty marker at the 14-yard line.
If it's downfield, if it's
here's the referee.
Maybe a spot foul.
Personal foul. Personal foul. There was an illegal block. So is that one of the blocks where you have somebody engaged up top and somebody takes the legs? Is that what that signal is?
It could be. It could also be a block with the helmet.
That's true. It could be the block with the helmet. Both of those are personal fouls now. Savages will, instead of having a touchdown, the football will come back to the 30-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Clock stops on the penalty with 8:22 left, first period. Savages thought they had a score that time, and here we are resetting for 2nd down again. Pistol look. Fake handoff. Graydon rolling right now. Finds an open receiver. That's Pratt out in the flat. Not quite to the line to gain, but very, very close. A gain of 9, it looks like. It's going to be 3rd and 1. 1.5. No, they're going to spot the ball back a little bit there. It looks like 3rd and 2, we'll call it.
That was actually a great job of holding on the ball. As soon as the ball touched his hands, he got hit in the back by a defensive back, but a good job of concentration by Pratt and showing his toughness as he came down with the ball, giving the Savages a very short, let's call it 3rd and 2, it looks like.
Yeah, I would say 3rd and 2. Neal in the backfield. The Savages with a jumbo look left side of the offense. They'll go that side strong. Here's Neal looking for first down yardage and his blocking was on the inside. He cut it to the outside, and he lost yardage. It's going to be a 4th down now. They're going to give him a short gain on the play. Let's say in his progress, I don't think they got the line. I don't believe the yard marker is on the same place that the football is at right now. From mine.
Yeah, well, the line to gain is the 20-yard line.
Right.
So all it has to do is the nose of the ball to touch it. But, yeah, that's
But they're outside the 22. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt here. We'll call it a long 2 yards. 4th and a long 2. The Savages keep the offense on the field. Graydon's going to keep it this time. He follows his blocking, cuts it in, and that's a Savage touchdown.
That looks so easy, Skip. He just literally, and a good job following his blocking, little patience showed, but once he saw a gap, he accelerated through it, and nobody can touch him.
Right. Nobody did touch him, did they?
Nobody did touch him, except his teammates, and that was to congratulate him along with some congratulations on the sideline.
I love that little celly that they got going on, him and the ball boy there. So Saragossa in for the extra point as the Savages take an early 6-0 lead, 6:57 left first period, and the extra point attempt on the way.
Zaragoza.
The snap is down, the kick is up, and it looks good. 7-0 Broken Bow. It's a 4A4 district matchup. Stillwell and Broken Bow. We'll be back with more of it right after this.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
7-0 Savages here early in this football game between Broken Bow and Stillwell. Savages will tee it up following the touchdown. And the Indians will put their return unit back. They've got returners at the 20-yard line, so they've scouted the Savages. A long kick out of bounds, it looks like. He kept that one low, Chris, and it did bounce and go out of bounds, so the Indians will get the option here. And we'll see what happens with the – it did go out of bounds, didn't it?
Yeah, it definitely went out of bounds, but
I can't see over there, so I'm just guessing.
Yeah, I think they're gonna take the ball.
Yeah, they are.
Not make us re-kick it.
So it'd be
35-yard line. Yeah,
unless it went out in front of the 35. No, it went. Okay, so they're taking it at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10, Stillwell. Kimball still in the game at quarterback. He has Noah Bailey in the backfield with him this time. First time we've seen them. This is with no receivers in formation. Everybody inside the box here. This is a running play, wouldn't you think? There it is, straight ahead, and the Savages do a good job not penetrating the line of scrimmage at all. No gain on the play. Going to bring up second down at 10.
He got a whole jersey full of Jackson Porter and Cale Ginn as they made a good job coming from the back. I think they're both lined up on this side, and they went across and hit him in the backfield.
Jackson Porter and Tyjon Murphy are the tackles here. Bentley Brown and Cale Ginn are the defensive ends. Braden Williams on the outside linebacker. Bladen Meddock on the other side, and in the middle is Cade Pratt. That's the forcing unit for the Broken Bow Savages as we start this football game. Snap, handoff, fake. Now looks downfield, scrambling with some pressure. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Murphy brings him down, and a penalty marker follows the tackle. That's not Murphy, that's Brown. Jimmy Brown brings him down at the 39-yard line, but a penalty marker on the play will await the signal. Looks like it's on the Indians.
Yeah, likely to be holding in this area of the field.
Holding against Stillwell. That's a 10-yard spot foul. Replay the down, so it'll still be second down, but will be 10 yards further back. Should be second and 20.
Savage defense reacting very well. This is a good running team. They have a bunch of big guys that can run the ball. They have big linemen to follow them, but that time it was the interior linemen that we talked about last week. The front four getting through, getting penetration in the backfield, and hitting the ball carrier before they can get up to full speed of steam.
Number 13, Brian Clay in the football game at the outside backer position. Cole Patrick is the strong safety. Isaiah Fields and Dejon Hall are at the corners. There's a handoff left side as Meddock goes in and takes the feet out from the running back. That looks like a
I think that might have been Bentley Brown.
Was it Brown?
Yeah, he dove from the backside and he just submarined him, which they actually checked in number 50 as a back on that play. He's a lineman, but they put him in to be the lead blocker, and a good job adjustment, good quickness showed by Bentley Brown to get in there, take out his feet, and this is another big third down.
That is Javian Heath, not Dejon Hall at the other corner. Savages. Jackson Porter with a little jump there. Is it a penalty? It is.
Yeah, it'd just be 5. But
offsides against the Savages. So on 3rd and 19, they'll move it 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and 14 instead.
Yeah.
5:18 left here in the first period. Clock is stopped on the penalty. Savages with an early 7-0 lead. And now they'll change personnel. They'll bring the heavies off the field and send some skilled kids back in. Looks like they're going to split this time.
It at least has a look more of a passing play.
So they've changed the quarterback to that Wildcat look with Braden Carter, 6'2", 170-pounder. He is in the game at quarterback. Got her back in the backfield with him. Looking left side, now pressure. Porter has him but can't corral him. Now he gets hit hard by Pratt. Loose ball goes out of bounds as the Savages, Bentley Brown, out there to finish off the play. Great pursuit that time. Pratt and Porter in particular really putting pressure on the quarterback.
Oh, yeah, and for Jackson Porter, for a guy his size, can really move. He's a great defensive lineman. Also, hats off to the Savage secondary. As a quarterback looking downfield, looking for just somewhere to throw it away, couldn't find anybody down there. Good coverage by the secondary.
So the Savages force another 4th down and should get, once again, excellent field position. Should be in Indian territory again if there's any return at all. Rugby-style kick. The kick is a high one. This one's a really good kick, and Graydon will backpedal and catch it at his own 38. Cuts through the 45, midfield, 45 in Indian territory to the 40, 35, and out of bounds. Inside the 35-yard line at about the 34, the Savages will take over their 3rd offensive possession. Once again, Chris, deep in Indian territory.
One of the big unanswered questions when we began this game was how would the Savages react against the running game of Stillwell? Defense has played stellar. 2 3-and-outs. In fact, they have negative offensive yardage so far. And with Graydon Howell back there, Savages are once again put in a very short field, already up 7-0.
If you've ever been to this stadium before, you know that there used to be about a 4-foot crown in the middle of it, and it was a grass field. Now it's this beautiful AstroTurf that they've put together. They've done that. This is their first season with this new surface. Graydon alone in the backfield this time. 5 receivers in formation. He'll throw the ball out. Quick pattern for Braden Williams. He goes forward close to the 25-yard line, just shy of the 25. That's a nice gain of almost 7 yards. They're going to give him the full 7. 2nd down and 3.
Just a quick hitter to Williams and a perfect pass right there. Williams broke down, got the ball, and Savage is moving, going up tempo once again.
Clock on the move. 4:10 left first period. Savages with a 7-0 lead and the football deep in Indian territory. Howell alone in the backfield. 5 receiver set, 3 to the left side. Looking to the right side this time. Pressure. Forces him out of the pocket. Fires it out. It's caught by Hall. 20-yard line. Good move to the 15. To the 10-yard line. Didn't get there, though. Going to be short of the 10. Let's see where they spot the football. But that's enough for another Savage 1st and 10. Stop the clock with 3:53 left and move the chains. Broken Bow with another great possession.
Graydon Hall throwing strikes, 4 of 5 so far through the air. And Savages once again have moved the chains, have an opportunity to get a first down inside the 5.
A little mashup going there. Graydon Hall.
Great.
Howell with the football, fires it outside again. It's caught this time by Brannon, breaks the tackle inside the 5, down close to the 4-yard line. That's A.J. Brannon on the catch, and he gets the football down inside the 5. Savages with a second down. They can get a first down. Oh, they don't spot the football back at the 6. My apologies. He must have stepped out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Clock under 3:30 left here in the first period. Second down, the Savages can get a first down. Line to gain is at the 4-yard line.
Howell really distributed. That's the 5th different Savage receiver to catch a pass in this first quarter.
Cole Patrick replaces Snooty Neal in the backfield, and the Savages will swing and bring power to the right side of the line. Howell with the snap, hand off to Patrick, follows the blocking, gets hit in the backfield, spins, crosses the goal line. That's another Savage touchdown.
Oh, that was really good movement after the contact by
Cole
Patrick, because he spun. It looked like he had him in, and he started his spin before the contact, which he just glances off that running back. A nice hole opened up, too, and that's another Savage touchdown, Skip.
3:02 left first period. The Savages 13-0. Zara goes in to try to make it 14. Extra point attempt on the way. Good snap. Hold is down. The kick is dead center, and the Savages are up 14-0 over Stillwell early in this district contest from Stillwell, Oklahoma. Let's take a short timeout. We'll be back with more Savage football in just a moment.
Being from a family of faith, I think that gave me the encouragement to chase those dreams. It's not just football, right? It's so much bigger than that. Just trying to lead by example and be a good steward of what God has given me.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
And welcome back to Bradley Stadium here in Stillwell. 3:02 left in the first period. The Savages with 2 early scores and threatened on another deep possession that they turned the football over. So they really are dominating statistically tonight early in this football game.
Yeah, just through the air and on the ground. Just really, dominance is the word that comes to mind.
Here's a high kickoff that's spinning, caught at the 24-yard line. Return on 30-yard line. The Savages will corral him. That's Jacabrian Giddens, who has the first contact at the 30-yard line. And the Indians will set up their offense from there. Here comes the Savage defense back on the field. Jimmy Brown, Jackson Porter, Cale Ginn, Bentley Brown. That's the interior 4 that I see coming out. Cade Pratt, Bladen Meddock, and who's the other backer?
Williams.
Braden Williams.
Yeah,
Braden Williams. Isaiah Fields and B.B. Heath are the cornerbacks. Cole Patrick and Dejon Hall are the safeties. That's your Savage 11 on the field right now. 2:55 left here in the first period. And the Indians trying to find something to work with here. They've changed quarterbacks a couple of times, but they're back with Jet Kimball in the backfield right now. One of the alternate quarterbacks is the man in motion out to the left side of the offense. Now they'll send the running back in motion. Fire the football out. Blocker in front. This time positive yardage, spins to the 35-yard line. And Meddock will help get him down, along with a couple of other Savages there. But pretty good gain. That's probably the biggest offensive gain of this game so far for the Indians. Look like they have 7 yards on first down, second down and 3. Easy design play there. They just send a man out in motion to block for the receiver, and the receiver takes the quick flat pass and turns it into positive yardage.
Yeah, just quick reaction is the way to stop that particular play.
We'll keep the back in the backfield this time. Kimball, hard count, handoff, trying the left side. Savages corral him, get him down after a short gain. Looks like he's going to get maybe a yard and a half, let's say. It's going to leave third down and about 1. Let's see where he puts the football. Actually, less than 1 as he puts the football down right on the line. So an even 1 yard. They've got to get to that 39-yard line for a 1st and 10. So here's a big third down play. A chance for the Savage defenders to make a stop here. They'll keep 4 up front, bringing the backers. Hitting the backfield, that's a tackle for loss, and the Savages will force another big 4th down. Chris, that was a terrific play up front by the Broken Bow defense.
Cade Pratt just came blasting through the line and made contact with the ball carrier, and after the initial contact, wrapped him up like you're supposed to do and managed to sling him to the ground, and so had a little help there as well. But that was just a great job of scraping through that hole and making contact in the backfield. And again, it looks like where they marked it.
Yeah, he's right back at the line of scrimmage.
No gain, so it's not technically a tackle for loss, but here comes a huge play.
Keeley's Pearson checks into the game, left side of scrimmage, defensive end. Power set. Savages will try to get him on the ground. He's going to get the 1st down as he gets across the line to gain. That'll stop the clock. With 1:02 left here in the first period, and the Stillwell Indians have their first and 10 of the football game.
And that is what the Stillwell Indians offense is designed and built to do, is eat up those short yardage plays, and so they have an advantage there. Savage, again, they just have to get 1, and they managed to get 3. And so they do move the sticks for the first time. But Savages just have to try to stop them in their own end of the field, as this looks like it's going to be maybe the last play of the first quarter, Skip.
Yeah, I think we've got one more snap here that we'll have to do, and then that'll probably be the end of a relatively quick first period. They'll shift the power left side. Now we've got a timeout, Stillwell. So the Stillwell Indians want to talk things over. We still need to snap that final snap. 35.2 seconds left here in the first period. We'll be back with the end of the quarter in just a moment.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow, today.
So the Savages with an early 2-touchdown advantage in this football game. 35 seconds left here in the first period. And I remember calling the game here during the Greg Werner years that the first half only lasted 32 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
I think there were maybe 2 passes, one by each team. It was a really fast. We've had some really fast games with Stillwell.
We have had also the most dynamic range, the largest range of fast and slow. We had an hour and a half quarter a couple of weeks ago, and now we have a half that looks like it might be over before 8 o'clock.
This has been a season of surprises so far. Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Indians, what should be the final snap of the first period. They'll flip that power left just like they did last time. Bring the back in into the Wildcats. So they're going with 12 at quarterback here. Savages will penetrate, but, man, a nice run as that quarterback, who has lost his name. There he is, Braden Carter, gets good yardage, a gain of 4 on 1st down.
Yeah, I think the nickname the PA announcer is giving him is Big Dog Carter, but he can run. And they've got several guys you'll see back there that can run with football. 10's not bad, as is 21. And so that's what they're going to do. They're starting to get into their rhythm. Savages need to stop.
See if they get this snap off. I don't think they're going to. 3 seconds, 1 second. That's the end of the period. So that's it. The end of the first period. Why did the penalty come in?
I don't know, but there is definitely a flag, so
I don't know why he threw the flag, but that's it for the first period. The Savages 14, the Indians nothing. Let's take a commercial timeout. We'll be back with more Savage football right after this.
Nobody hands any jobs out in the NFL. You have to earn it. There was a small opportunity to make it. I just held to, I've got this one opportunity to try for this dream. And in my mind, it was nothing to lose and everything to gain. I was probably about a month and a half, 2 months away from totally hanging up, and went to the last camp and had some looks and had an opportunity to come work out in Kansas City. And the rest was history.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
And welcome back as the Savages have put the Indians here in a 2nd down and 6 situation. Savage defenders on the field, Pearson and Brown in the game. The Savages are switching personnel out. Pearson in the game along with Ginn. So, yeah, that's right. Pearson's leaving the field now. We had too many players on the field. Snap, keeper to the left side, breaks a tackle to midfield. First down yardage, 45-40. A nice run that time by Carter as he broke 2 tackles en route to a big gain. First time they've been in Savage territory, all the way down to the 38-yard line. The Indians have a 1st and 10.
And this is one of those emotional changing points, turning points in this ball game. This is the bread and butter of Stillwell. They're going to get back up on the ball and run it again with power blocking, leading those runners.
They'll go back to another quarterback this time. That's Noah Bailey in the Wildcat. Snap straight to him, straight ahead. Savages make contact and get him by the legs. Pratt brings him down at the 37-yard line. Give him a gain of 1 on the play. And they'll see a 2nd and 9. Clock on the move, 11:30 left here in the first half. Savages lead 14-0.
The Savages doing it on that play. Pratt did what you need to do. You need to limit them to no gain or a short gain and get them kind of where they face a 3rd and long, where they can't just keep running the ball on you. Try to get them in a passing situation. For this team, a passing situation is basically maybe anything outside of 3rd and 15, because they do like to run the football, and they are doing it well. They do have a split receiver, though.
Savages have taken a defensive back out and added another defensive end. So they've got Brown and Ginn on the right side of the defensive line. Strong set, looking to throw the football. Just a go route downfield, and it's well overthrown, but the penalty marker is going to save the day for them as it comes in.
I don't know. That may be offensive interference.
I think they just tripped up. They caught legs with one another, and it's just a matter of which one does he want to call it on. Because that's all they did was they both of them looked back at the football and their legs intertwined. But the penalty marker was thrown. My assumption is they'll call this defensive pass interference.
And I think as the Savage defense has already moved back 10 yards, so I think you're right.
Pass interference against Broken Bow. So they'll go back to the original line of scrimmage at the 37-yard line. They'll step off 15. That should go to the 22-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Stillwell Indians.
By the way, that was Mikey Sawney throwing that ball. That's the 3rd person they've had in the quarterback position thus far. That was number 9 that took the snap and chunked it.
That's the 4th, isn't it? 10, 12, 21, and 9.
That's true. And here's 21 again back in the you call it a quarterback or a wildcat.
Yeah. So this is an interesting take on this offense. Is you just have to prepare yourself for whoever happens to be in the backfield at the time. And these kids are staying on the field, so they're just switching positions. You see 12, who was the quarterback, is out at the wide receiver here.
And Benham is in the backfield at quarterback.
21 to take the snap here. Strong set. Savages gave them 5 on an easy penalty, so now it's 1st down and 5. Clock moves with 10. Clock is stopped with 10:55 left. Keeper left side. Savages will stand him up and drive him backwards. Bentley Brown, Cade Pratt, Bladen Meddock getting up off the pile. Good stop by the Savages. They'll stop him for no gain. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
That was a good job because they had numbers on blocking against the Savages, and still it was the linebacker scraping through there, making us hold. And they just stood him up. He's a good running, good, hard, big kid that can run the ball. And it looked like Pratt just stood him up, stopped him dead in his tracks.
I'm going to have to stand on a chair just to be able to see here, but I'm going to. Oh, here we go. What we got? 10:15 left. Clock on the move. First half. Motion from right to left. Wildcat formation. Benham with the snap, straight ahead, gets hit at the line of scrimmage, but does fall forward across the line to gain. Jimmy Brown, Bladen Maddock, both in on the tackle. He is short.
By about a yard.
He is short. They're marking him back at the 15-yard line. He's got to get to the 13, so there are going to be 2 left to go here. 3rd down and 2.
And again, in a lot of teams you might expect to play action, try to throw it to receiver. Probably not these guys. They are just going to line up and run it again, just keep grinding out that yardage. At least I think. Well, maybe now they have trips.
They're going to send trips to the right side this time. That may be that little flat pass again. Now they got motion from right to left. Benham fakes the handoff, keeps it straight ahead. He's close to 1st down yardage, but I don't know. It depends on the side judge Looks like where the side judge is going to mark him, he's going to be a half-yard short, and it's 4th down.
Handed to Cale Ginn getting up at the bottom of that pile. He kind of slowed him up, and then I think it was Pratt that just leveled him.
They'll spot the football, just the nose of the football, the back of the football touching the 19-yard line. They have to get across the 18, so they need a full yard on 4th down.
Watch the hard count.
Power set with Bailey in the backfield in the Wildcat. Straight snap, follows his blockers left side, 1st down yardage. That'll stop the clock with 8:50 left here in the first half, 8:51 left. And it's a 1st and 10. Oh, yeah, he crossed
Barely,
it.
yeah.
He crossed it. Indians will get a new set of downs here, trailing by 2 touchdowns, but they have their first red zone possession of the football game.
Well, with 8:51 left in the half, keep in mind they started this possession at, I think, the 4.5-minute mark of the first quarter. In other words, 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter. And so they are keeping Graydon Howell and the Broken Bow offense off the field, if nothing else.
That's true. Now number 10 back in the game. That's Kimball. Having trouble just naming their quarterbacks here. Handoff inside, nowhere to go. The Savages stack it up and throw him down, as the handoff was to the previous quarterback, Noah Bailey. So they changed quarterbacks and then hand it to the guy that was playing quarterback. I don't know why you don't just snap it to him. Why take the risk of having to hand it to him? Just snap it to him, let him run.
Well, that was a great field by basically the entire Savage Force unit. They were the 6 guys back there in on that tackle. And you can see that they stopped the up-tempo because they're going to talk things over about this play.
Clock on the move, 8:10 left first half. This is a 2nd down and 11. Tackle for loss there on 1st down. 10 back in the game at quarterback. Now he's sending player in motion. Fakes the handoff, jet sweep, and a great open field tackle that time. Was that Pratt?
That was Pratt.
Pratt really sniffed that play out. He saw the jet sweep, got out, used his foot speed to get out and get that back down for no gain on the play. That'll leave a 3rd down and 11 as the clock continues to tick here in the first half, down to 7:35 left now.
They tried to go wide on Broken Bow. Did not work. That was a great job sniffing it out, as you mentioned, by Pratt. But this is bringing up, they're getting a little behind the chains now.
Yeah, 3rd and 11. They're down 2 touchdowns. They really need to score here to stay in the game. Clock continues to tick. Rolling right. Looking into the end zone, throws the ball out, misses his receiver badly. Incompletion will stop the clock, and the Indians will have a 4th down and 11 with 7:13 left first half.
I tell you, I need to rewatch that play, but it looked like DeJohn Hall did what Deion Sanders used to be, is kind of jog over there. Once he saw the quarterback start to throw, he accelerated, and that's kind of luring him into thinking the receiver's open and then going to pick it off.
Yeah, that's having your free safety in the right place.
Yeah, Isaiah Fields on coverage also.
So they're going to go for it. 4th down and 11. Kimball with the snap, rolling right. Wants to throw the football, fires it out. It's caught at the goal line. That's a touchdown. The Indians have cut the score in half with 7:07 left first half on a very long touchdown drive. 7:07 left. 14-6. Broken Bow leads, but the extra point on the way.
That was just a well-executed play. He rolled the quarterback rolling out to the right, receiver going with him, and he was fairly well covered, but there was a gap between him and the defender, and a beautiful pass by the quarterback to get it in there.
So the Savages give up a long scoring drive that time, and the Indians kept the ball on the ground for the most part. But I would say the bigger gains that they had were from the passing game.
Yeah, 9.5 minutes, actually, of time expired on that drive.
They're going to go for 2. Well, I guess.
Unless he drop kicks it.
And they could snap to either one of these guys. Reversing, wants to throw the ball out. It's got its choice of receivers, and both of them are open. That's a 2-point conversion, and it's 14-8. 7:07 left first half. Broken Bow leads Stillwell 14-8. They have enough time to work with. We'll see the Savage offense right after this.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
Well, the Savages have given up a long touchdown drive to the Stillwell Indians, and they have the hands team on the field expecting trickery here on this kickoff, as the Indians will kick it back. Graydon Howell back at the 30-yard line, awaiting the kickoff. It is an onside kick, bouncing high. As Blake Skelton has the football, and he goes out of bounds. The Savages will take possession at the 45-yard line. As a great play that time, Blake getting up and getting the football.
Yeah, it was a perfectly executed onside kick as far as the kicker's concerned, as it took 2 short hops and then flipped way up over that first level of Savage players, and Skelton showing his mental acumen by going up and getting the football and then getting quickly out of bounds.
Well, that was well scouted. The Savages coaching staff obviously were prepared for that and had the right personnel in place. Looks like that probably the Indians have done that multiple times. I saw them do it on the game that I watched, actually, so it must be a commonplace thing. 4 up front, the Savages with a a shotgun. Here's Neal trying the outside. Extends the play, 50, 45, across into Indian territory, and brought down hard inside the 45 at about the 43. Is Snooty Neal. Stop the clock with 6:58 left first half. Move the chains. The Savages with a 1st and 10.
First down, and Neal shows his power and speed. Once he got to that corner, he turned it up and ran over the first guy that tried to tackle him, and as a result moved the chains, and a lot of time on the clock left, especially considering the explosiveness of this offense.
If you're just joining us, it's 14-8. The Savages lead the Indians. Savages with an offensive possession. They have 4 receivers to the wide side of the field. Pump fake, double move. Graydon wants to throw the football. He's got an open receiver caught at the 15 and into the end zone. A.J. Brannon with a long touchdown pass from Graydon Howell. And the Savages strike quickly with 6:31 left first half. They're up 20-8, and the extra point on the way.
A 43-yard TD pass, Skip. That's 55 yards in 2 plays.
And that was a dime. That was on the money.
The pump fake gave enough separation for A.J. and handed it to Brannon as he kept running his route. He didn't stutter or anything. He just outran the defense, and that was right there in the hands.
Extra point attempt on the way. Zaragoza from the hold of Blake Skelton. Oh, it's blocked. And the extra point fails. The Savages lead 20-8. So we have a 12-point difference here between Broken Bow and Stillwell. Let's take a short commercial timeout. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a moment.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
We're back.
And welcome back. The Broken Bow Savages with a quick score there. They went 55 yards in 2 plays, took 1 minute and 2 seconds off the clock, and they will be kicking it back to the Indians with 6:31 left here in the first half. 20-8, the Savages lead.
That was Graydon Howell's 13th touchdown pass of this season, and came on only the 6th game.
Well, that one's going on the highlight reel for him and Brannon both. That was a beautiful pass. Kickoff is fielded at the 20 to the 25, and down he goes. Nice play. Looks like Mason Mays in there first to get the tackle as the Savage kickoff unit does their job, and the Indians will take over possession here at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10.
And again, you're seeing a big contrast in 2 different types of offense. Stillwell is plodding, 5-6 yards at a time. Savages are lightning.
Yeah.
2 plays, 55 yards, and again, can score from anywhere at any time with these playmakers that we have on the field. Defense needs to get a stop now to retake control of this game. As you mentioned, only a 12-point difference, though, after the block kick.
So let's set the Savage front here. Looks like Jimmy Brown and Jackson Porter are at the tackle positions. Cale Ginn, Bentley Brown, and Brian Clay all in the game across the front here. Javian Heath is the cornerback. Indians put a man in motion, and it looks like they had two moving at the same time. I believe that penalty is going to be against Stillwell, but it looks like the Savages actually are backing up.
Yeah, I think what they did with that motion, they drew two Savage players. They did a hard count when he was in motion. That's kind of a smart play, and drew a couple of Savages on this side, offsides.
So once again, the Savages have given up 5 the easy way. It's 1st and 5 for the Indians. Finishing the lineup set, that's Pratt and Meddock in the middle of the backers. The safeties are Patrick and Hall. It's Heath and Fields at the cornerbacks. Those are the 11 on the field currently. Stillwell strong to the right side of scrimmage into the narrow boundary. Wildcat following the blocking, weak side. The Savages corral it and will push him down. He's got a short gain on the play. He moved just maybe a half yard across the line of scrimmage, not much more than that. It'll be a second down. We replayed first down, right? Second down and 5.
Hand it to Meddock as he took on the lead blocker, stopped the lead blocker in his tracks, and then got into the legs of the ball carrier to bring him down. Good play by the linebacker.
Clock on the move, 5:39 left first half, 20-8 Broken Bow. The Indians taking their time with this Wildcat offense. Again, same play. The Savages in the backfield this time. That's a nice play as Cade Pratt gets the tackle. He got in, Chris, and got the play before it could even get developed.
And that's the thing. When you're running misdirection against this defense, Pratt from his he's middle linebacker, but he was kind of on the backside of that play because it was coming this way, came through full speed and made contact in the backfield. That's another tackle for loss. That's the either second or third of this game for Cade Pratt.
Chase Benham in the game still at the Wildcat here. Motion. Savages hold this time, or no, they didn't. What happened? Another 5-yard penalty on Broken Bow?
That's going to drive your defensive coordinator a little crazy, giving up yards like that.
We keep setting them up in 1st and 5. Clock stops with 4:54 left first half on the penalty. Savages have a 12-point lead in the football game. But the Indians, once again, trying to sustain a long drive. I'm sure they would love to go into the locker room with some points and without giving the Savage offense another chance at it. Same play, motion, fake handoff, keeper inside. Savages bottle it up and bring him down. He's going to get a short gain up close to.
I think he got it.
Oh, he got across the line to gain. My bad.
Yeah, I think he got it.
I'm having to watch it on the screen. I'm going to lean forward. But trying not to get in your way.
And when he says watch it through, keep in mind we are in the press box. There is a screen on the outside of this between Skip and the field of play. So he's trying to watch it on a screen and not through a screen. 1st and 10 anyway.
So they'll break out of this into some gimmick play here as they send everybody out to each side. So long as they have 7 on the line, they're fine. They're going to keep the football, try to run it inside, trying to make space. That's all they're doing. Across the 40-yard line to the 41. A gain of about 4, maybe 5. Second down and 5 as the clock moves. 3:53 left first half.
And here's a thought. This is a plodding offense, but they're still in their own end of the field. They do have 2 timeouts, but it takes a lot of time off the clock, this type of offensive. So same thing.
I mean, this is a gimmick set here, so there's a lot of things they can do with this. You just have to keep in mind that they've got receivers on both sides. And now they've got a wide-open, uncovered receiver for a long touchdown as the gimmick play works.
That's going to be the longest score of, obviously, this game. But that was, again, they used that first one with the quarterback running to set up that second play. That's a 2-play combination, and it works for the Indians. Now, I guess they're probably going to go for 2 again.
I would think so. 3:25 left first half. The clock stops on the touchdown. 20-14 with the point after touchdown on the way. We'll see if they keep the offense. Looks like they're keeping the offense on the field. So this looks like the Savages were unprepared for this particular offensive set. And they've got some options the way they line that up. They send the lineman and a receiver out to each side. 2-point conversion is going to be well short as the Savages do a good job of defending it. But we have a 6-point football game. 3:25 left first half, 20 for Broken Bow, 14 for Stillwell. The Savages will get the football when we return.
Being from a family of faith, I think that gave me the encouragement to chase those dreams. It's not just football, right? It's so much bigger than that. Just trying to lead by example and be a good steward of what God has given me.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
And we are back. Graydon Howe back deep for the kickoff, but so far what we've seen is a squib kick, hard onside kick up front. And I expect that's what we'll see again as the Savages are lined up for it here. And here we go. Same kick. Another good high bounce, and the Indians scramble for it. Loose ball on the ground. Who's got it? Looks like Broken Bow
It's
has
Pratt.
covered it up. Cade Pratt strong arms it out of there, and the Savage offense will get the football with 3:25 left in the half. Clock didn't move, actually, and it should have as soon as somebody touched that, but we'll take the time. Football at the 46-yard line, 1st and 10, Broken Bow.
Again, perfectly executed by the kicker kick, and they got a hand on it. One of their players touched it first. It's just Savage is able to get there and cover, but that's something that, and it was to the side where we had extra people, so that's vulnerability. But I don't know what you do about that. It's just perfectly kicked.
It just has to go 10 yards, and it's anybody's football at that point. Savages go double tight this time, and Neal in the backfield. Howe can't handle the snap. It's on the ground. He'll pick it up and scramble. Takes it to the left side, 45-yard line, midfield. Needs one to beat. 40-yard line, 35. Cuts it back inside the 30, and then he's slammed down at the 24-yard line. A big scrambling run off of a mishandled snap. With 3:13 left here in the first half, the Savages have a 1st and 10 in Indian territory.
That's the Hal factor in practice. That ball was on the ground, thought it to be a busted play, and instead it's going to be a 40-yard-plus gain by Broken Bow.
Clock moves with 3:07 left in the half. Savages with a 6-point lead, the football, and great field position to work with here. Now it's their turn to be the one to want to go into the locker room with points and momentum. Neal on the left hip of Howe. He takes the snap, steps back, fires the football for the end zone, goes up for it. Did he catch it?
What a catch.
Touchdown, Savages.
What a catch by DeJean Hall. Reversed across his body, pulled it down, got both feet in the end zone. That is another 2-play drive by Broken Bow.
Wow. 2:46 left. The Savages have jumped back up 26-14. And what was a relatively short first quarter has turned into a little bit longer of a first half here as the two teams are getting in the end zone.
Since the moment you said that this is short, it's been really fast.
I know. It's like saying, he's pitching a no-hitter.
Wow. Again, what a dime thrown by Graydon Howe. What a catch by Hall.
Good snap, good hold, good kick, and the Savages get another point on the board. Am I right?
Well, not yet, but they did make it. It was good. It just hasn't been added yet.
Did he signal good? Because it looked to me like it went through the uprights, but I never saw the referee signal. They didn't put a score up, or did they? Yeah, they did. 27-14.
Oh, yeah, because it was blocked last time. Yeah, that's right.
27-14 is our score. Let's stay right here, Chris.
Okay, we will. That was, again, I am just Broken Bow is going to have to just defensively try to, again, that was a formation I hadn't seen. I've watched 2 of their games, Stilwell's games. I hadn't seen that formation they came up. You have to be ready for those kind of things. But they cannot stop Broken Bow's offense.
There you see the color guard and the Broken Bow Savage Pride Marching Band, who are on their way to the OBA contest this weekend. It starts tomorrow for them. In fact, they're not even going back to the county tonight. They're going to stay up here and move over. I think it's in Edmond, OBA is. And so the Savage Pride, we wish them the best of luck tomorrow. And no, we're so proud of that performance. We saw it last week at home. And
it's fantastic.
I feel like they're going to do really, really well. So
another just continuing excellence from the Savage Pride Marching Band.
2:46 left here in the first half. The Savages with a 13-point advantage, and they'll kick the football away to the Indians. Zaragoza has it teed. He has a high kickoff. This time will be returnable at the 25, 30-yard line, 40-yard line, and brought down from behind all the way up at the 47-yard line. A nice return by Stillwell to set up their offense. They have 2:41 left to work with in the half. They are 53 yards, I think. Didn't know where they spot. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 47. So 53 yards away and 2 minutes, 41 seconds to work with.
You mentioned this earlier, Skip, but they have had the majority of their success against Broken Bow via the air. Their biggest plays have come through the air, and so, I may see them come out and try that again. They do have 2 timeouts left, though.
They do. And, I think with the confusion that we saw on the Broken Bow defense, I think you'll see that little gimmick set. I don't know what you call that formation where they split those linemen out with receivers.
Let's call it the spread eagle.
I don't think they're going to do it this time, though, because the way they've lined up coming out of the huddle. Savage is rushing 4 up front. They do want to throw the football. Firing it down for the post route and goes up and gets it. That's another catch by that big receiver that scored, Braden Carter, 6'2", 170, and he just went up and got the football. Stopped the clock with 2:35 left, and it's a 1st and 10 Indians at the Savage 25-yard line.
Yeah, Isaiah Fields back on coverage in pretty good position, but that was just the method. The receiver had the advantage being in front of the football.
Quick snap. Handoff straight ahead. Pratt's got him in the backfield. Tackle for loss for Cade Pratt. Clock will run with 2:18 left. 2nd down and 11.
TFL. That is the 4th tackle for loss of this game for Pratt. We're still in the first half.
Now they take those skill kids out and they send the big boys in. So they're either going to the power set or they're going back into that little junk formation.
Looks like 50 has checked again into the backfield once again.
So they're going into that power set again. Clock moving, under 2 minutes to go. They'll go strength to the left side of the offense, and they'll bring Carter back in the backfield. Straight snap to him, cuts it back upfield. He's a good runner, but nowhere to go as the Savages have him pinned in and then put him on the ground. That'll keep the clock on the move with 1:35 left here in the first half, and it'll force a 3rd down outside the chains, 3rd and 12.
Well, it was hard for him to run with 243 pounds of Jimmy Brown wrapped around his ankle. Good job by the defensive tackle of locking him down, not letting him get up a steam.
Indians have 2 timeouts left here. They're letting the clock run. Power set this time, and now they'll look as the clock continues to run. 1:13 and counting. Now a timeout on the field. The Indians, I think, will use one of their timeouts. Man, they let about 30 seconds run off the game clock there before they used it. 1:13 left first half, 27-14. Broken Bow leads. We'll be back right after this.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
And a big thank you to Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm Insurance, downtown Broken Bow, Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma, the Broken Tiki, and McCurtain County National Bank. Those are our partners, our media partners this year. They're the ones bringing these live streams to you and our social media feeds and all of the great communications that we get through the school. They are brought to you by these media partners that are with us all year long. We also have some banner sponsors, and you'll see their banners in the corner of the screen as the night progresses. IC Fitness has joined us as a banner sponsor. That's a gymnasium south of Broken Bow that has recently become one of our sponsors. Crystal Forest Event Venue and Arklahoma Pools and Spas are 3 banner sponsors this year. So the Indians, with 1:13 to work with, they'll flip a 5-man look out to the outside. So this is a different variation of that formation. Now they got
double
some
pass.
blocking. It is a double pass. 12 wants to keep the football. Breaks 1 tackle, goes across the 25, and he's down at about the 21-yard line. The clock continues to run. It's down under a minute to go now.
Handed to Achilles Pearson for staying with him. He tackled him from behind when he cut back. But Pearson, good job turning him back in and then following, not giving up on the pursuit. And you're right, the clock is still running, Skip.
It is, but it's 4th and 7. So, I mean, it's kind of a do-or-die play either way. So they've got they've got some sort of magic trick to pull out of their hat here.
Well, they're going to run it down and call timeout with about 28 seconds left. Or maybe less. What was it on when they stopped when they set the clock?
I don't see the play clock. The play clock's on one end of the field and the scoreboard's on the other.
3-2, yeah, play clock's on one.
They'll have 21 seconds left. Actually, they're going to have 19.8 seconds left. Let's just stay right here. 19.8 seconds left. It's 4th down and 7, and we'll see what they dial up. This young coach of the Stilwell Indians has them playing with some aggression.
Yeah,
and he's got some interesting variations here that are causing some confusion for our defense.
Handed to the offensive coordinator, and the thing is with those trick formations and trick plays, you can draw them up, but they have to be executed properly. Often they aren't, especially at this level, at the high school level. But they did. Stillwell has executed tonight, and so
both of these young head coaches, Broken Bow's Maverick Lang and Stillwell's coach, both of them were college athletes, and both of them were quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So it's not surprising that we're seeing, some interesting offensive plays tonight. We'll see what they can dial up. They have just under 20 seconds left here in the first half. Savages lead 27-14. And
I think one of the first thing Broken Bow has to do is not jump off sides. They've hard counted Broken Bow at least twice, I think maybe 3 times, and gotten 5 yards that way. So go on the ball, not on the count. But just be prepared to defend, first of all, the goal line, and second, the 15-yard line. That's the line to gain.
So Bentley Brown, Kel Ginn, and Achilles Pearson are all in the game. Pearson quickly leaves the field, and they send Graydon Howell in as another defensive back. One play to work with, 4th and 7. Now they'll split it out. Alone in the backfield is Brenham. Looking downfield, it's going to fire the ball, middle of the field. Graydon goes up, makes a one-handed pick, and the Savages will come down with the football with 13 seconds left. And, man, what a play, Chris. What an athletic interception that was.
And what a smart move by the coaching staff to put the best athlete and one of the smartest, if not the smartest player on the team in there in Graydon Howell, and he did exactly what he was put in there to do. One way to look at it is, we're not going to kneel the ball. Another way to look at it is, where is it marked, the 1 or the 2?
The 1. And he could have knocked it down and got it back at the line of scrimmage, but then he wouldn't have that INT in the stat book now, would he?
Well, if you're Graydon Howell, I'm thinking
I'm always going to try to catch
the longest play of any kind by Broken Bow is a 99-yard interception return by Bobby Gordon on this field in 1989.
Yeah.
That state championship year. So Howell has an opportunity to make the longest play from scrimmage right here. I think they may hand it to Snooty.
Wouldn't that be wild?
That would.
On the 1-yard line, 13 seconds left. Graydon's going to throw the football, and he's going to throw it deep. He's outthrown his receiver, however, so he was 9 yards deep in the end zone, and he threw that to the 48-yard line.
On the opposite sideline.
Right.
Yeah,
so that ball went 63, 64 yards in the air.
I'll have to get my Pythagorean theorem out to calculate that, but yeah.
Calculate the angle of that particular arc.
Yeah, but again, that
so that'll stop the clock with 6.7 seconds left, and now it's 2nd down and 10. And I guess if you're going to throw it, just do it again. See if somebody can run under it. They have the prevent look, do the Indians. This time Graydon's just going to keep the football. If they'll get a block for him, though, he's got a chance to go to the 20, 25-yard line. He's out of time and he's out of bounds. That's going to do it on the first half. 27 for the Savages, 14 for the Indians as the two teams head to the locker room. The Savages will have to kick it off. We'll come back in just a moment and talk about some of the things on our calendar, some of the events coming up, and about a very important bond election that's headed your way on Tuesday. This is Savage Football. We'll be back in just a moment.
Nobody hands any jobs out in the NFL. You have to earn it. There was a small opportunity to make it. I just held to, I've got this one opportunity to try for this dream. And in my mind, it was nothing to lose and everything to gain. I was probably about a month and a half, 2 months away from totally hanging up, and went to the last camp and had some looks and had an opportunity to come work out in Kansas City. And the rest was history.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow. Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Nobody hands any jobs out in the NFL. You have to earn it. There was a small opportunity to make it. I just held to, I've got this one opportunity to try for this dream. And in my mind, it was nothing to lose and everything to gain. I was probably about a month and a half, 2 months away from totally hanging up, and went to the last camp and had some looks and had an opportunity to come work out in Kansas City. And the rest was history.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown.
It's really been a back and forth football game so far. Chris, as we've seen some interesting things from the Stillwell Indians tonight, especially formation-wise, and the Savages, with at least four quarterbacks, or I guess the ball has. They took the snap, so technically they were the quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. So you've seen four different people take snaps tonight, and you've seen some gimmick formations. I mean, that's all you can call them because they're not standard. They're not, when you sit down and draw up X's and O's, that's not a formation you draw. So it's something that you have to prepare for. And we talked to one of the Stillwell people here in the press box that said each week this year they've done that. There's been a variation of it, and this is the first time tonight that that even these guys have seen that particular formation, and it worked very effectively.
It's the FOW, the formation of the week, and and again, you tipped it off early. We talk about what an innovator and what an offensive mind Maverick Lang has, but again, that's a counterpart here in Stillwell.
I watched the two head coaches actually exchange, communications with one another early before the game started, and I could see both of them kind of had respect for the other one. Yeah. It was interesting, and you see why, because both of these offenses have put some points on the board so far tonight, as the Savages lead once again 27-14, and the stadium that we are in tonight, Chris, looks vastly different than the stadium that we've seen in years past, as they have put down now an artificial surface here in Bradley Stadium, and that makes this now. When the year began, there were 3 4A schools that did not have artificial turf. The Savages were certainly one of them. Stillwell also was one of them. But now Stillwell has artificial turf, so now we're down to just 2 schools in Class 4A. But the Savages would like to change that with a bond election that's coming up on Tuesday. And here you see some renderings that were done by the school's architect of the proposed renovations to Memorial Stadium, and that includes a new playing surface, an artificial playing surface very similar to the one they're playing on tonight. And I think Coach Sundberg actually made a great point, and that is once you get to the semifinals and finals every year in Class 4A, you are always playing, or almost always playing, on turf. Now, I've never seen a championship game that we were involved with that wasn't on turf, but I have seen a semifinal game.
I have played in one, but that was in 1983.
I was starting to say, you're going to
that was 42 years ago.
You have to go back to the 1900s.
Yeah. You have to go back where the 2 is not the leading digit in your year.
Right. Yeah.
So,
but yeah, I think this is a beautiful rendering of what we can do with this bond that's coming up on Tuesday. Early voting has already begun. We've had 2 days of it so far, and we have a full day of the ballot boxes being open on Tuesday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. But really, this is not the featured presentation of the bond. The bond really is about an elementary school And that elementary school will combine the two campuses. Bennett Elementary and Dirks Elementary will both move over onto newly acquired lands that the Broken Bow School District has purchased. They purchased those lands with monies that they had. There was no bond involved with the land purchase itself, as the Savages had the money, the cash available to be able to purchase the land to put this school. But this school is a step forward for us in both terms of security and safety and efficiency, kind of consolidating our transportations, putting everyone onto one campus, giving us some just things that you don't even think about sometimes, like, for instance, having your high school students be able to assist and become teachers' assistants at the elementary level, 1 hour after the other, things like that. And this one really, when you think about Bennett Elementary, Chris, I went to school at Bennett Elementary. You went to school at Bennett Elementary. That's been a long time ago. And they still got the same pipes in the walls and the same wiring and electricity. And, I mean, they have all of those problems. We've simply outgrown that school. But really the most important thing that the teachers tell me is the fact that the highway outside has become so busy and so noisy that it's just a constant distraction. The kids cannot pay attention in class.
Well, yeah, and the grade school kids at Bennett have to go across to get to the gym. They have to cross one of the busiest highways in this part of Oklahoma, if not the busiest. Certainly the busiest during spring break and in the summer.
This project is designed with safe rooms involved, and they've got an indoor amphitheater. The playground itself is encapsulated inside of the building. So it is a beautiful, modern design, and it is a much-needed addition to Broken Bow School District. We hope that you'll come out on Tuesday and exercise your right to vote, as this bond issue is on the ballot this coming Tuesday. Check with your election board if you don't know where your precinct is, and if you're unsure as to whether or not you live in the Broken Bow School District, just reach out to us at the school. You can email us at media@bbisdapp.org, and I'll try to get back to you with the map, or just reach out to anyone you know involved with the school district.
Yeah, you do let us know the home address, though. That's one of the piece of information you have to determine that.
Yeah, it's but it's, there are Luke Fada, the K-8 districts that are out there, Luke Fada, Holly Creek, Glover. They have some folks confused as to whether or not they can vote in this election. And I will tell you that if you live in one of those districts, you cannot vote in this. You have to actually live in the I-74 Broken Bow School District. It's happening on Tuesday. Polls open at 7 a.m. and they're open until 7 p.m. Come out and exercise your rights. 27-14 is our score. The Savages lead the Indians here in this District 4A4 matchup. We talked earlier, Chris, about Savage Pride going out on the road tomorrow to the OAB contest, and they had a successful contest earlier this year when they went to Eufaula.
The Oklahoma Association of Broadcasters?
Did I say OAB?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. OBA.
OBA.
Yeah. The OBA, not the Oklahoma Association.
Which is also not the Oklahoma Bar Association. Right. So both of which, well, we're members of each of those organizations. But, yeah, they have this is the competition. They've had, is it now 27 superior ratings in a row?
I believe that's right, yes.
Fantastic.
No, this is the one that they stopped going to for a while, and now the last couple of years they have gone back. Under the director, Nate Shealy, they've started to go back to OB. I'm pretty sure that's I have that right. So I'll look at that again and make sure that I've got that note somewhere.
Yeah, now obviously we won't be live streaming that band performance, but you can check the Savage Public Schools social media pages, and we'll get you updates on all those, everything that's happening with Broken Bow Schools. Certainly proud of it. Hey, shout out to the Lady Savages softball team. Did not make it to state, but went 3 games, 1 game away, and just got beat by Plainview. But what a season they've had. And here's something, I spoke about this. It was actually Ms. Skelton of the high school was mentioning that, we lost in that final game, and so they don't go. And I waited a minute, and I said, what a thought about that is that didn't end anyone's high school career. There's not a single senior on that softball team. They will all be back next year.
Right, and they had such a great season. They were so very productive, particularly at the plate. They had such a terrific lineup, and Tyson Woolsey just continues to impress. He gets better and better in the circle. And the Savages have a really bright future coming next year. So congratulations to those ladies. I know that they're disappointed that they lost yesterday, but You know what? They played their hearts out. They played such a great season. They won the regional. And then once again, they had to go on the road. I thought this year the fact that we were district champions
would bring it to Broken Bow,
and we had some quality losses in there, that we lost to some bigger schools and some highly ranked schools. I thought we would host.
Well, and we beat Jinx, and we beat some 6A schools, but
it didn't work out that way. We got once again they rank the final 16 teams, and the top 8 get to be the hosts of the Super Regionals, and the next 8 are on the road, and we just wound up number 9 and had to go play
I was going to say
8.
we were 1 out. That's
second year in a row. Last year we were number 9, but last year we had a different outcome. We went on the road and actually won last year.
And went to the state tournament. But again, congratulations. We're so proud of what you've done, and on the field and off it. Really represented Broken Bow well. And again, we'll see all of you next year.
Savage Dance, Savage Cheer, they're with us here tonight as well. They're always such a supportive part of the Broken Bow Savage school system, and those girls are really, really working hard this year. Congratulations to them. I know their game day competitions are on the way. That comes up. I believe those are in November, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe you're right. It seems like it was last year around before Thanksgiving.
I will try to check with Mrs. Berryhill and see. I'll get some information on that, so maybe next week I'll be a little more informed. But that game day competition is on the way, and we always do very well. Our Savage Varsity Cheer always does very well in that competition. A lot going on around Broken Bow schools, a lot on the calendar. And here you see the Broken Bow Savage football schedule in the weeks ahead. We have a short week next week, as it is a fall break week, and we'll be off beginning on Wednesday, I believe, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We play on Thursday night. That's an away game next week, as we will travel once again to another team that has artificial surface, the Hilldale Hornets. That's a 7 o'clock kickoff, and we hope you'll join us right here on the Broken Bow Savage YouTube channel, as we'll have all that live stream coverage brought to you in part because of our sponsors helping us here. Well, we've got a few minutes left here to kill, about 6 minutes before the teams come back out, and they'll get another 3, so we're probably 9 minutes away from the action. And, Chris, I don't know how you want to kill that time, but I'm tired of talking. So.
Well, I'm gonna run some, but because we had a abbreviated pregame. It came on 10 minutes, and really they did everything. I like the efficiency with which they handled the national anthem, got the players on actually before 7, and actually 7 o'clock is when the ball was kicked. But so we're going to run these sponsors, these partners of ours, by one more time, and let you notice them and thank them, and then we'll be back with a little bit of about a minute before kickoff of this second half.
Broken Bow 27, Stillwell 14. We're at halftime.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Being from a family of faith, I think that gave me the encouragement to chase those dreams. It's not just football, right? It's so much bigger than that. Just trying to lead by example and be a good steward of what God has given me.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow. Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Nobody hands any jobs out in the NFL. You have to earn it. There was a small opportunity to make it. I just held to, I've got this one opportunity to try for this dream. And in my mind, it was nothing to lose and everything to gain. I was probably about a month and a half, 2 months away from totally hanging it up, and went to the last camp and had some looks and had an opportunity to come work out in Kansas City. And the rest was history.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Well, welcome back. Again, huge shout out and thanks to those partners of ours, ads you just saw. Make sure and tell them how much you appreciate them allowing you to watch these live streams live and then anytime on the Broken Bow Savages YouTube channel from the convenience of your phone or the comfort of your home. And we certainly appreciate them. Also, our banner ad sponsors. There's the IC Fitness, as we mentioned in the pregame. They're just south of Broken Bow, next, I believe, La Pratt Veterinary Clinic. They're on the west side of US 259 south of town. Appreciate them joining as a sponsor, along with Crystal Forest Wedding and Event Venue, just there north of Broken Bow. Great wedding venue. Have a pond there. Have not only an event venue, but also lodging there on site. So planning an event, you can go there. And then in that same, at the same turn to go to Crystal Forest, you've got Oklahoma Pool Spas and Outdoor Designs. Let them build pools for you. That's one of the big things they've started building is pools. Improving those properties, whether it's a rental property or a home. They can take care of any of your needs, decks, pools, hot tubs, etc. It's getting hot tub season too. I'm ready. I'd like to. I'm hoping. I know it's about 80 degrees now, but soon it will be. At least I'm hoping it will be hot tub season. So again, big thanks to them, and we appreciate your sponsorship of Broken Bow Athletics and your sponsorship of this live stream. Skip Savages mentioned up 27-14. Interestingly, both teams had failed points after touchdowns on that. Of course, the Indians went for two on both of theirs. The first one successfully, the second one shut down by the Savage defense.
Hey, Jonathan, give me a look at that scoreboard, would you?
Yeah.
This is another part of the improvements here, and I know you're not going to be able to see much about it, making him detail out about it, but they've got this.
If he gets in close, you can.
Yeah, they've got this big LED scoreboard that they actually ran ads on earlier, and it's got a big sound system on it. They only have those two speakers on that stadium scoreboard. That's the only speakers.
Oh, really?
That's their PA. That's their music. That's everything.
It was shaking the press box when they first turned it on.
I'm telling you, it's an impressive system. And they did all this just this year. They broke ground on their construction project because their kids wanted to graduate in the outdoors in the stadium. So they waited until they had graduation on May the 8th, and they broke ground on May the 9th. And they started their season the last weekend of August with a brand new stadium, brand new surface.
So you're saying we should do away with the 8-track system at Memorial Stadium?
Yeah. I'm not sure what we got going on at Memorial Stadium anymore. We're going to hopefully be able to make some changes in the near future. So the Savages look like they have some enthusiasm about the second half. We are not far away from getting this one underway. 27-14, Broken Bow leads. They will kick the football off when the second half begins. And, Chris, I don't know what to expect from the Savages, but I would expect that you'll see more of the same from the Indians as they have had some success confusing the Savages with some of their offensive sets and some of the things they're doing, particularly with their passing game.
Well, you're going to see them right off the bat because as we kicked off the first half, they're going to get the ball. They're going to get the ball to start off the second half, so it's going to be up to the Savage defense to stop them. And really, they just had that one long, sustained drive. The Savages were able to shut them, get a couple of 3-and-outs on their first two possessions, and then shut them down after that with the exception of that, I don't call it a trick play. It was a double pass that succeed. Actually, they split out the coverage, and he was the left receiver wide open. Savages reacted when they came back into that formation, actually in the red zone. Savages shut them down. Graydon Howe making an interception at the goal line to end the first half. But I don't know. We talked about what brilliant offensive minds both of these coaches are, and so they might have gone and drawn something that Stilwell might have drawn something up on the chalkboard at halftime.
There you see Maverick Lang, our second-year head coach here at Broken Bow. And what a pleasure he is to work with. Really, really enjoy his company, and I'm glad he's in charge of our football program, and he's a role model for these young men because he is a excellent coach and a great person.
And again, not just develop them as football players, but they are better people. They're better students. They're just better young men. And as he said, when he came to apply for the job, one of the critical missions of the football program is to create citizen servants through football, and he has done that here at Broken Bow and also given us one whale of an exciting football team.
So the Savages will tee the football up and kick it away. The Indians will get on offense first, provided that there's no mishandling of the football here. As Zaragoza, our freshman kicker.
Freshman kicker.
Freshman, yeah.
Tough guy, too. I mean, he had to make a tackle against Sallisaw last week. Got over there, and so
and I'll be honest, I forget his first name. I think it's Gadiel.
Gadiel,
yeah,
Gadiel. So I'm assuming it's Gadiel. Apologize if I'm butchering that, but
so he has it teed up, 40-yard line. The Savages will kick from left to right here as we begin the second half. The Indians in return formation, and we are underway. High kickoff, fielded on the run, 26-yard line to the 30, breaks a tackle to the 35, and there he goes down as the Indians will take over. First and 10, football resting just outside the 35-yard line. We'll give him credit to the 36, and that's where they'll set up their offense.
Good job once again, Mason. How many times do you hear Mason Mays on those kickoff tackles?
Let's set the Savages defensively. I see Jimmy Brown and Jackson Porter in there at the defensive tackles. Cale Ginn and Bentley Brown are the defensive ends. Bladen Meddock, Braden Williams, Cade Pratt at the backers. The cornerbacks are Isaiah Fields and Javian Heath. And the safeties are Cole Patrick and Dejon Hall. That's your 11 on the field as we begin the second half. Defensively, 27-14 is our score. The Savages lead the Indians. Just underway, second half. Indians again, shotgun formation, man in motion. They'll fire it out to the motion man, breaks a tackle at the 35, hard running up to the 39-yard line. Brown, Jimmy Brown, that is, and Jackson Porter in there on the tackle. And Chris, you see a little flare pass, and you have two defensive tackles that are making the tackle on it, 4 yards downfield.
Yeah, that's Chase Benham, and they just flashed him out of the backfield. We're just wanting to get him open in space, and a good job by Brown reacting to that. You don't see a defensive tackle often making that kind of tackle that far from the line of scrimmage, but he did a good job moving laterally.
Number 10, Kimball in the backfield this time. Wildcat handoff, fake. Throws it outside. Boy, the Savages busted that one. Isaiah Fields was waiting on the pass. Unfortunately for the Indians, it was a poorly thrown football, or that was going to go right into the hands of our cornerback.
There's a flag on the field over there, though, right by the where the play occurred, where the down marker is on the sideline. Let's see what the call is or if they pick it up.
Dead ball. Hold on. He stopped the clock. Here he goes. He didn't make a call.
Yeah,
so they waved it off?
The side judge picked it up.
Oh, I see. It's a Broken Bow sideline violation, so it's just a warning. So we've got a third down here. 3rd down and 6 for the Indians. They'll stay in the Wildcat and then once again change quarterbacks. And I don't have their names memorized, so we're just going to say number 12. I think that's Carter. He'll keep the football, running left, got some room. 40-yard line, first down yardage. Penalty marker comes in behind. That's holding on number 51. That one's coming back.
Yeah, it looked like Bentley. I said, why didn't Bentley Brown get outside? It's because that number 51 had two handfuls of his jersey behind him, not letting him get outside.
Yeah, that one was hard to miss because you could see the jersey stretching at the neck there. So the penalty will be a spot foul, 10-yard penalty, and it will turn a 3rd down and 6 into a 3rd down and 16. As they step it back inside the 30-yard line. They'll spot it at the 29. The line to gain is the 45. yard line. So they have a 3rd down and 16. A lot of yards to cover against a very, very fleet Savage defense here. Savages with the same 4 up front, same 3 backers in the game.
Looks like 10's in at quarterback now.
That's Kimball back in the game. Well, actually, they stay in the game. They just switch positions. So Carter's out at the split wide right. And I don't see 12. He's not in the game. 20. Oh, there he is. He's the one split wide right. 21 is also in the backfield, and somebody took a timeout. And probably was Stillwell. I don't think Broken Bow would have needed one in that situation with them in 3rd down well outside the chains. I don't know why Broken Bow would have taken a timeout.
Yeah, they might not have liked what it looked like there might have been some confusion because both 10 and 21 were Kimball looking at the sideline, looking at each other, and then look at the sideline. So there was confusion about maybe the play, lineup, or personnel. They may have had something they did draw up at halftime, but they didn't have it down when they got to the line of scrimmage.
So the scoreboard indicates that the timeout was taken by Stillwell. Yeah, that's the difficulty of working in this little tiny press box is I don't see a lot of things that are going on the field. So I didn't even see which one of the teams took the time out there. But now we know. 10:49 left, 3rd period. 27-14, Broken Bow leads. And the Indians faced with 3rd down and 16 when play resumes.
And again, this is the second half. Has started off much like the first couple of drives in the first half with the Savage defense moving and penalties moving the Indians back outside the chains in their early possession.
Here we go with 3 in the backfield this time on 3rd and 16. They'll send a man in motion. Rolling to his right, Kimball wants to throw the football downfield, open receiver, but it's through his hands. If he could have caught it, he would have had enough for the 1st down, but the ball falls incomplete. That'll stop the clock with a 10:44 left, and they'll be faced with a 4th down and 16. Surely that's a punting situation from that point in the field.
Yeah, once again, the intended receiver was Carter. He is their apparent playmaker on those type of situations. That's the guy they want to get the ball to. And so a good job by Fields of using the boundary to keep him separated from the football. That ball had to be overthrown or else it might have been intercepted by Fields.
So a rugby-style kick, he gets the kick away. Graydon backpedals to the 29-yard line, 35, full speed to the 40, 45, midfield, 45, 40, 35, still on the run. Graydon Howell taking it to the house. That's a Savage touchdown.
Savages have yet to run an offensive play, and Graydon Howell has already put 6 more points on the board here in the second half. Man, he is lightning in a bottle.
That's some acceleration. He was moving more quickly than I could say the yards out loud.
He's so fluid when he runs. That was, what was that, the 32 where he took possession?
29.
29.
Yeah.
So that, 71-yard kickoff or punt return. That's his second touchdown on a punt return this year.
33-14, the Savages with the lead. Extra point on the way here as the Savages have the offense in the game. So it looks like they're going to go for 2 to try to even up that point margin as they keep the offense on the field. And it is, I literally can't see anything. I'm going to watch it on the screen here, guys. So who they have? That's Neal in the backfield along with Howell. He's going to follow the blocking, cuts it back inside. Can he push across? Did he break the plane? Yeah, he did. 2-point conversion is good. The Savages with 35. The Indians with 14. 10:27 left, 3rd period. Let's take a timeout. We'll be back with more Savage football in just a moment.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
The Broken Bow Savages with a 71-yard punt return by junior Graydon Howell. What an explosive play that was. 35-14, the Savages with the lead now. Just underway 3rd period, 10:27 left, and the Indians looking for their second offensive possession of the second half. Zaragoza with the football teed up. He has kicked it down to about the 30-yard line so far. This time middle of the field, backpedaling 19-yard line. On the run, 25. Cuts inside to the 30. Upended at the 30-yard line, and the penalty marker comes in as the tackle is made by
Berto.
Yeah, okay.
Alberto Morales getting under the knees, man. Just took his legs out from under him.
Penalty marker, though, and let's see what the indication is as he gets back out to the 34-yard line with the return, but that's usually a bad block when it comes in from that direction.
Although the referee is facing Broken Bow's direction. Now looks like they're turning around maybe.
So they're stepping back. He's explaining what happened, but we have not seen an indication. Here we go. The white hat will give us the signal. Holding against Stillwell. 10-yard penalty. And we'll set up 1st and 10. So they'll step it back to the 23-yard line, and that's where the Indian offense will take over. 1st and 10. 10:22 left here in the third period. And, Chris, this would be a time for Stillwell as kind of a desperation moment here. They really need to score a touchdown here to keep pace with the Savages.
Well, and to just keep the emotional momentum going, because when Graydon Howell runs it back, you realize, like, we can't stop them. We've got to control the ball. And so they may just try another one of those drives. I mean, I'm talking about on the ground.
They'll go motion out of the backfield. Kimball wants to fire it out. He does to Brenham. Brenham makes a move to the 30, across the 30 to the 32-yard line as he's corralled there. Pratt out there along with Dejon Hall and B.B. Heath on the tackle. But a good gain of about 8 yards, let's say. 2nd down and 2 now. And the Indians quickly back on the ball, setting up for the offense. Jimmy Brown still in the football game along with Jackson Porter up front. Bentley Brown, Cale Ginn, and Brian Clay all in the game as well. Cade Pratt, Bladen Meddock, they've gone the entire way in the middle. Cole Patrick, Dejon Hall are the safeties. Fields and Heath are the corners. Snap. Looking to throw the football. He's got a runner on the go route, fires it downfield. They intertwine legs again. In the first half, we saw an interference penalty on a play like that. This time, no call, and that'll fall incomplete as Javion Heath is in coverage on the intended receiver. That's that Wildcat player, Braden Carter, 6'2", wide receiver / quarterback / running back.
And that was great coverage as Heath running step for step with Carter. Carter, as I said, he's the target. He's number one receiver on that team. That's who they want to get to, and he was well covered that time. Had the ball been thrown on the money, I think it might have been intercepted by Heath, or at least batted down.
Here we go. 3rd down, 2 yards to go, and they're going to keep the power game going. The Savages will, they'll put the hammer on him. Pratt, Clay, Meddock. I don't know if he got to the line to gain.
I don't think he did, and thanks. Hey, that's
according to where this line judge is, he's across the line to gain. That'll be a 1st and 10.
Yeah, I may have a bad angle, but that was nice. At the end of that, after he was wrapped up, you saw Clay coming and putting his shoulder into him to keep him from advancing further, but just not enough. And it's going to move the sticks for Stillwell.
Stillwell with the 1st and 10. Clock on the move, 9:15 left third period. Savages lead 35-14 in this District 4A4 contest. Here's the snap. Wildcat offense straight ahead. Following the lead blocks. The Savage linebackers again along with a defensive tackle and a defensive end. There are 4 white jerseys on the tackle.
That's the exact same play they ran last time. And the thing is, it's just a numbers game. They have those big guys. They'll snap it directly to he's a quarterback, but it's a Wildcat, and they just have the 2 guys on this side run as lead blockers and depend on them to basically move the pile, so to speak, about a couple of yards, gain 3 or 4 yards per carry. It didn't do it on that time, though, because of the Savage defense, just 2.
This is Noah Bailey in the gun this time. Straight to him. Now he'll try that same play to the right side, and the Savages are having nothing to do with it as Jimmy Brown stands him up and then gets some help from his teammates as they push him backwards. That's going to be no gain on the play, and the Indians now faced with 3rd down and 10. Chris, they just tried the same play on both sides. No gain both times.
A different ball carrier that time, but he hesitated, and Jimmy Brown didn't. Brown got in there from that defensive tackle position and made contact in the backfield. And as a result, they're now facing 3rd and 10. That play's not going to work for 10 yards. They're going to have to probably go to the air.
Savages just take a defensive lineman out of the game, and they send Graydon Howell in to play that center field free safety position. Rolling right, firing the football out. Fields in coverage, gets a hand in, knocks the football down, and it's 4th down and 10.
Boy, you see them congratulating Isaiah Fields. That was a textbook play. He got one hand on the other side, did not make contact, reached with his inside hand, and knocked the ball down without making contact with the receiver. That's a perfect job by a defensive back.
And you were telling me, I think, that you spoke to his grandmother, and he is a 4th generation?
5th generation, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it really is. This football tradition runs deep at Broken Bow, and nowhere does it run deeper than with Isaiah Fields, though. His roots reaching back into the 30s.
So it's going to be 4th down and 10. The Savage offense looks to get the football back here. And, well, maybe, because it's the same guy back deep.
Well, they'll get it back. We just don't know if they'll snap it from the line of scrimmage.
Here's the kick, and again, Graydon will backpedal 31-yard line, full speed at the 40, 45, midfield, 45, 40-yard line. They still on his feet, 35, 30. Needs one man to beat 25, and they'll get him down at the 22-yard line. What a great return as Graydon Howe has a couple of 100 yards of punt return yardage tonight.
Goodness. You do not want to give him the ball in the open field if you're an opposing defense.
He is something
electric.
It's so fun to watch.
Wow.
Savages lead at 35-14, 7:29 left, third period. The offense on the field in outstanding field position thanks to their quarterback / punt returner / free safety, who has an interception in the game as well tonight.
Yeah, offered this week by Penn State, by the way.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah,
I didn't see that
another Big 5 school, another top. It was a top 20 at the first of the season, but a program that's a top 20 program has offered Graydon Howe. You see why on that last play.
Savages with 5 up front here. They'll hand the football to Neal. He'll follow his blocking, gets a nice move, spin move, pushes down near the line to gain. Good blocking up front that time. Josh McDaniel in the middle. Sonny Freeman, Hunter Shomo the guards. Lucas Curry and Aiden Hammonds are the tackles. Those are the 5 pushing that forward, and Snooty Neal did the rest.
A fantastic job by McDaniel. McDaniel, a 3-year starter at center. A really one of those players that really is just the core of that Savage O-line.
Gain of 7 on the play, 2nd down and 3. Quick snap. Here's Neal again. He's got the 3 he needs and more. He's in the 5-yard line, drug down across the goal line. That's a Savage touchdown.
What a power run as he just kept his legs churning, kept going. You saw him actually leap over, made a slight leap, not over a player, but to avoid a tackle.
We got a penalty?
It might be against it's maybe holding.
We got a penalty.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That was a tough run by Neal.
No, he's saying touchdown.
Okay. I think they were going to – it might have been for leaping, but he wasn't jumping over a player. He was just jumping to the side.
Did they make any indication, or did they just wave it off? I can't see anything.
Well, I can't either, though. It's because of the angle. But, no, that's a touchdown. They're lining up to kick an extra point. Again, what a great run, and what a good job by the offensive line. He didn't have to make that jump move until he was about 5 or 10 yards past the line of scrimmage. Savage is pouring it on here as they have a 2-play drive again?
Was it 2 plays? Yeah, I guess it was. 2 plays, yeah. 41-14, and the extra point on the way. Did that one go through?
It did.
42-14. The Savages have blown open what was a relatively interesting football game late in the first half, has now turned into a bit of a blowout. 42-14, 6:50 left, third period. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
Cut back. Okay,
I'm sorry.
False alarm.
We'll wait on that commercial because it looks like they're going to make us replay the extra point here. Dead ball foul. Okay, so there was a 5-yard penalty assessed on the kickoff, and now the extra point has to be replayed.
Why would it's against us?
It was against us.
It's just they're going to move it.
It was a
dead ball.
Dead ball foul. Yeah, after the play. So I don't know.
I'm not sure if it's dead ball. I wouldn't think you'd re-kick if it's dead ball, but
no, I think it was on the. I think they didn't whistle the play in last time.
Oh, okay.
So Cale Ginn snaps to Blake Skelton. Snap, the hold, the kick, and we got it anyway. So it is 42-14. 6 minutes, 50 seconds left, third period. That's the Savages with a big lead now in the football game. We'll be back in just about 30 seconds.
Being from a family of faith, I think that gave me the encouragement to chase those dreams. It's not just football, right? It's so much bigger than that. Just trying to lead by example and be a good steward of what God has given me.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
And welcome back to James Bradley Stadium here in Stillwell, Oklahoma. 42-14, the Savages now with a commanding lead in the football game. And, Chris, this offense looks potent here in the second half. They have really, special teams also doing some damage.
Yeah, we put 14 points on the board, and you got Graydon Howell. Well, actually, 15 points on the board.
Yeah.
We went for 2. But Graydon Howell, on 2 punt returns, as you mentioned, had a couple hundred yards. I mean, he got us in field position. One he took in the end zone. The other one was a very short drive, about 35 yards in 2 plays.
So Gediel Zaragoza will kick it deep. Wow, what a great kickoff. Look at this. Still going to go out of bounds, but, man, that had some distance on it as they let him kick it away that time. And he did put a foot in it.
Looked like it first hit the ground at about the 14-yard line.
But whether it goes out at the 34 or it goes out at the 1, it's going to come back to the 35.
As long as it's past the 35, that's all that matters.
It's going to come back to the 35-yard line. So the Indians will set it up from there. First down and 10, 6:50 left here in the third period. And, they're going to make us re-kick it. Well,
no, it's at the 40. It's the 40. They moved it to the 40.
Well, the 40 because they had a 5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty, yeah. It's assessed on the kickoff, and with the penalty on the kickoff, it's going to be a combination.
And it's the distance from where the ball was kicked. That's what the penalty is. And so they were 5 yards further back, so therefore they're 5 yards further up field. Savages with the defense on the field here. Looks like Tyjon Murphy is in the game, along with Jackson Porter.
Jackson?
Jackson. Cale Ginn. Bentley Brown, that's who's up front here. Wildcat formation, handoff, pushes the pile about a yard.
Guess who made the tackle? Jackson Porter.
Jackson?
Yeah, 55. Hey, we ought to call him the Jackson 5-5.
Mr. Jackson, if you're nasty.
And he was nasty on that play. That was a gain of 1, and he just – it was like a pancake block. He was on top of the ball carrier with his body after the play ended.
41-yard line, second down and 9. Clock on the move. 6:20 left here in the third period. Savages with Pratt and Meddock in the backers in the middle of the field. Braden Williams also on the field, along with 4 defensive backs. Now Heath in one-on-one coverage out here with their best receiver, and they're looking at him. One-on-one on an island. They throw it downfield, and he's got it. Behind Javion Heath, and that's another long touchdown. With 5:56 left here in the third period. And the Indians have scored once again on a long, long pass to Braden Carter. And, Chris, you saw that. Cover 1 as he moved out. Heath had no choice but to go up in man coverage, and Carter just ran by him.
And that's just that. I mean, that's a good play call, but it also puts you in position that Carter is a great receiver. He's a great athlete, and so that's why they're throwing the ball. That ball was on the money.
I was going to say some credit to the quarterback there for putting that ball where it needed to be because he was in dead stride when he caught it.
Just on a post route, basically. You're just cutting across the middle of the field, and as you mentioned, with no help. And so one-on-one with Carter, and that's a 60-yard one-play drive for the Indians.
Benham in the Wildcat has a power set right side, looking for a 2-point conversion, point after touchdown. Turns it up, dives across the goal line, and he gets the 2 points. 42-22, 5:56 left third period. The Indians have scored on a long passing play, and the Savage offense will be back right after this.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Nobody hands any jobs out in the NFL. You have to earn it. There was a small opportunity to make it. I just held to, I've got this one opportunity to try for this dream. And in my mind, it was nothing to lose and everything to gain. I was probably about a month and a half, 2 months away from totally hanging it up. And went to the last camp and had some looks and had an opportunity to come work out in Kansas City. And the rest was history.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Well, 42-22 is our score. 5:56 left, third period. The Savage kickoff return unit on the field. And so far tonight, Chris, we've seen these hard onside kick attempts by the Stillwell Indians, and they've come very close to forcing a turnover on them. But the Savages so far have been able to get the hands on them.
Well, in this chess game of football, now you're seeing the counter move as the Savage Bishop showed us say he's number 4, Graydon Howell. He's over there near where they kicked it last time.
So Clay is on the ball here at the 44-yard line. Brian Clay makes the covers the football, and the Savage offense will take over there with 5:53 left to work with here on the game clock. We're in the third period. Savages have 3 timeouts left. The Indians have used one of their 3, and they will have 2 showing on the scoreboard. They'll break the huddle, coming out with McDaniel at center. Looks like Shomo and Freeman still in the game at the guards, and Curry and Hammonds. They'll go with the same 5 they started the game with. A.J. Brannon is the tight end left. Cade Pratt is one of the backs, H-back. Meddock in there as well. Power set. Neal runs behind the lead blockers. They've got him by the ankles, and they'll get him down at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5 on first down. That'll leave 2nd and 5 for the Savages.
Yeah, that's a nice, just enough blocking to leave a crease there, and because Snooty Neal's running full speed, by the time he gets to the line of scrimmage, he powers forward for 5.
Savages once again in kind of this inverted look. This was, what are they, what do you call that?
Double wing almost.
Yeah, I don't know that's a inverted wishbone with the quarterback in the middle of it. They've got Neal in the backfield. He's got the loose football.
Well, yeah.
He looked like he wanted to pitch it to somebody.
That's what he was thinking about, and then he put the other hand on it. But he broke the first tackle, hit him in the backfield, but he broke through that.
He got back to the line, to the line of scrimmage where they snapped the football, and it'll be 3rd down and 5. They'll take the power set out with Pratt and Meddock coming off the field. They'll send flag in. Braden Williams also in the game. Trip receivers wide side, 1 back in the backfield. Hard count. Why don't we get that call? He stepped
72
he nearly stepped over the football.
Yes.
Why didn't he not get that call?
Side judge, 72 was across the plane, but no call. Savages now look at the sideline. The play clock down to 5.
Here's Graydon rolling left. Got protection. Now he'll turn the football up midfield, 45-yard line. Still on the run, 40. Stiff arm there, 35. Got a blocker in front of him to the 20, to the 15, to the 5. Scrambles towards the goal line and across for a Savage touchdown.
Goodness. That is another 50-yard plus touchdown run and another 2-play drive by the Broken Bow Savages. They've only had 5 offensive snaps this half, and they've put 3 touchdowns on the board.
3 touchdowns.
And a 2-point conversion.
A 2-point conversion and 2 extra points. So, yeah, they got it going. Well, no, they haven't got the second extra point yet. 48-22 is the score. 4:16 left, third period. And the Savages.
51 yards. Goodness.
Yeah, they snapped that at the 49-yard line, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
51-yard tee. Ah, man, this is Savages about to.
Again, to Skelton, to Zaragoza, through the uprights. Another one on the board. 49 for the Savages, 22 for the Stillwell Indians. Now, we ran that one just now. Let's stay here.
Yeah, we'll stay here. Watch a little celebration. Man, again, Savages, Stillwell, spirited on offense. Carter, their playmakers make a play, but just can't keep up with the volume of this assault from Broken Bow's offense. Graydon Howe is putting on a clinic tonight.
Well, we answered a big play with a big play. I mean, that's what you want to do. That's to keep the momentum and emotion on your side. And the Savages are responding here tonight. But the Indians playing inspired football, to your point. They've got a better squad this year than what we've seen in recent years.
And they're big. And they are big, fast, strong football players. 3 guys in the backfield, they snap 2. The line is their offensive line's big.
He's got them playing well, and he's making the most out of the talent that he has. They've got a good-looking young coach here. If they can keep him, they could build a program. 49-22 the score, 4:16 left, third period. Zaragoza, again, kicking high, this time a little shorter, 30-yard line, and a fair catch called for, and that's where the Indians will take possession. So, again, the Savage defense, just the Indians going to just try to keep pace here, but the Savage defense is showing that they have some weakness. We've given up some pass plays tonight that were clearly just there's nothing fancy about them.
Yeah, well, one was a trick. One was a double pass. It was a trick play, but the other two.
No, it wasn't a double pass, was it? I mean, they lined up in that formation, and then they faked to him and then passed it to him behind the line.
Oh, that's right. That's right. But I mean,
they did throw a double pass later.
They did throw a double pass later, but that last score was just a straight.
That was a post route.
And just a beautiful pass right on the money. But you've got to be able to cover those.
They just flipped the formation and forced man coverage, and then wound up actually beating us on the play. And that kid's a great player. Number 12.
Carter.
Yeah, Carter, Brayton Carter.
He's in at quarterback now.
They'll go motion. And there's a little option flip outside to the 30. Still running hard, pushing a defender back. Gets to about the 37-yard line. That's number 9 on the carry. That's Sonny. And he's another kid that we've seen take snaps. At least we saw him take snaps on tape.
Well, he took a snap over here, and
Did he take one in this game?
He threw the pass. He's the one that threw it at
Okay. So a great gain there of about 7 yards on first down. That'll leave second down and 3. Clock moves with 3:45 left, third period. Stillwell, once again, will flip the formation, bringing strength to the inside here. Now motion. Hand off to the motion man. Turns the football up. The Savages pin him and stop him for no gain, maybe even a short loss. Nope, they're going to say he fell forward for a half a yard. It'll leave third down a long 2 yards, about 2.5 yards to go here on third down.
And they may line up in that formation where they have 2 lead blockers and just run it straight off tackle with the 2 lead blockers to quarterback. Keep in mind, number 9, Sonny, good-looking kid. He's just a freshman.
Yeah. Here you see number 72, Tyjon Murphy, in the game at tackle. He's on the left of your screen there. Fake handoff, throwing the football down. Again, the same play as before, and this time he's double covered.
I think that ball was tipped, Skip.
Tip, Skip?
Yeah, I think that Cale Gidd got in there and got a hand on it right as the quarterback was releasing it. I'll have to.
Yeah, watch it.
It looks like that, but it looked like that ball was tipped coming out of the quarterback's hand.
Could have been. 2:55 left. Clock stops on the incompletion. Third period, that is. 2:55. 49-22. The Savages are in the lead.
If you're, all right, considering the last 2 punt returns, if you're Stillwell, why would you punt the ball?
Yeah, I mean, in this stage of the game, you got to be in 4-down territory, don't you, no matter where you're at.
Yeah, it's still just the third quarter.
Right.
There's 71 points on the board.
Looks like we're going to take a timeout here. Stillwell's going to take a timeout. They'll have one left. 49-22 is our score. 2:55 left, third period. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
And welcome back to Stillwell. 49-22 is our score. We've got a fourth down and about 3 here, 2.5 yards or so to go. They've got to get across the 40-yard line to get a 1st and 10, and they are not quite at the 38-yard line. The nose of the football just a tad short of the 38-yard line. Savages will bring an extra force defender in and take a defensive back out here on this 4th down play. They'll run the reverse play, trying to throw the football. The receiver's open. He's got it. He's not a fast guy, though, so the Savages have a chance. Patrick will get him down, but he makes the catch and gets down in Savage territory. He's down at the 32-yard line, and once again, Chris, just a misdirection play that caught the Savages sleeping. The safety should have been back in coverage there, and they just let him get behind them.
It worked. And again, a good execution by Stillwell combined with that a little bit of lackadaisicalness on the Savage secondary results in a huge play. That's one of the biggest plays other than that 60-yard touchdown from scrimmage for Stillwell tonight.
Look at this. They're lining up here, confuse the Savages which way they go, but really wind up in the same formation anyway. Snap, rolling left, forced, and the Savages will get him down on the ground. Let's see. He's got a gain of about 4, it looks like. Second down and 6.
I'd have to look at. I don't think they had enough people on the line on that play, and they've got a man down.
Yeah, they do. The ball carrier, I think. No, he's one of the blockers. I can't tell what number he is. 2:07 left, third period. Let's take a quick break while we tend to an injured player.
Being from a family of faith, I think that gave me the encouragement to chase those dreams. It's not just football, right? It's so much bigger than that. Just trying to lead by example and be a good steward of what God has given me.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
Chase Benham was the injured player. He's up on his feet and on the sideline. Looks like he's going to be okay. Second down and 7. Wildcat formation. This is the freshman Sonny. A little bit of a bad snap. Takes the keeper across the left side of the offense. He's down close to the 25-yard line. And again, Chris, it looked like that was a bit of misdirection as they brought the receiver back, and we have a player down. Now he's up.
It's that back. Cale Ginn's back has been bothering him since that first game. He's a tough player, but you can see he's obviously in pain, but wants to stay in this football game.
Why is the clock stopped? 1:44 left, and they're going to take Ginn out of the game. That's why. So they whistled it stopped on the injury. Savages will get looks like Brian Clay quickly into the football game here. This is a third down and 3. Wildcat, left side. He's got enough for the first down. Still fighting across the 20-yard line. That's a nice gain on that keeper. As the Wildcat, I keep wanting to call them the Wildcats because they run out of that Wildcat offense. But the Indians, that is, will move it for another 1st and 10. Clock moves under a minute and a half left here in the third period. 49-22 is our score. The Savages with the lead, but the Indians with something working in the Savage red zone.
Just at the perimeter. Look at this formation.
Yeah, like they're lining up for ice cream. Shotgun formation, power set. He'll keep it. Left side. Cuts it up 20 to the 15, and again, they're moving the pile. As the Savages defensive tackles making the stop, but they're making it 4 or 5 yards downfield.
Yeah, and that's
Ginn and Porter getting up off the bottom there.
And again, it's just a game of numbers. Savages have 4 defensive backs in there, and they essentially have 8 linemen. And if you count those 2 lead blockers, they have 10 linemen. They have 10 guys blocking on a direct snap, and it's just you can't get to them until they've churned 3 or 4 yards out.
Well, we did change the numbers. We took a DB out and brought Clay in, so we only have 3 DBs in the game. Patrick at safety. It looks like a penalty now.
Yeah, Heath and Fields, the other 2. It is.
So a penalty half the distance to the goal. Was that an unsportsmanlike conduct?
I don't know.
That's what he indicated. Anyway, half the distance, automatic first down. So it's 1st and goal now. And I don't know where the ball's at. Your guess is as good as mine. It looks like the 9-yard line.
Yeah, I think it is the 9. Yeah, it's a 9-yard line. Their toes of the offensive linemen are on the 10. So
now we've got a conversation. Maverick Lang wants to know what the call was as well. And now they've got another penalty.
He's standing on the sideline asking. Can you not ask anymore?
I don't know.
Contempt of court for officiating? He might have been just asking who was it on.
54.1 seconds left in the third period. The Savages with a commanding lead, 49-22, but the Indians with the football. And what is amounting to now a very short 1st and goal situation, as we'll get another half the distance off of this penalty, I'm sure.
Still no unsportsmanlike conduct, but.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against, he pointed to Stillwell's direction, but it wasn't against Stillwell. It was against Broken Bow.
So half the distance to the 5, or the ball's at the 5 now.
Yeah. First and goal from the 5-yard line, and they'll line up in the ice cream queue again.
It's the old Baskin-Robbins offense. Got 31 options.
The Stillwell crowd, all of a sudden into the game, they apparently like the penalties. So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, basically you have.
What's happening here?
I don't know, but you've got essentially 9 offensive linemen out there. 50 is an offensive lineman that's checked into the backfield. 45's playing at that position. 42 is a tight end. So,
well, I'm just going to say, folks, if just for the record out there, if there's anybody from Stillwell watching this telecast, next time you do some improvements on your stadium, improve your press box. I'm standing in the back of a press box with closed windows, looking through a screen, can't see that corner of the end zone, and I'm supposed to be calling play-by-play. So I apologize that we're not quite getting the quality of broadcast out that we could be, but that's why. I don't know what's happening here, but
there's a somebody from Stillwell.
So somebody's been ejected, maybe, or what? What's happening here?
Well, the referee is speaking with Maverick Lang.
I can't tell what's going on.
I think the referee's coming to explain it. But there's a...
So we've got a conversation going on between coaches. We got a conversation going on with the officials.
Oh, it looks like Whack has been escorted off of the playing field.
Huh. So, I don't know. We're not getting an explanation, so we're just guessing just as much as anybody here. So the Indians will line it up. Clock on the move now. 45 seconds left, and they got 3 or 4 guys moving before the snap, so they're going to lose 5, which was what the half the distance penalty was. So it'll go back now and be first and goal at the 10-yard line.
We're down to 41.5 seconds left in this third period.
False start against the Indians. And we will we'll set up first and goal on the 10-yard line now. Just inside this, officially first and goal from the 9.
Well, with that move back, I will say they have scored on misdirection and trick play passes. I think they may try play action and try to throw it into the end zone.
You've got 12 back in the football game, and now he's back in the backfield. They'll flip, and who knows which way they're going to snap this. They could snap it to either guy, and they snap it to 12. Moving outside. He's got some room, looking for the corner. Savages have the angle, and they'll get him out of bounds.
Boy,
that'll stop the clock with 22.8 seconds left here, still in the third quarter.
That was a good job by Cole Patrick at getting out there and getting him at the corner. But then you saw number 0, Pratt, come flying out there to make sure he went out of bounds. That was great lateral movement by the linebacker.
Second down and goal. Football at the 7-yard line. Clock stops as the play went out of bounds. 22.8 seconds left, third period. The score is 49-22. Broken Bow leads, but the Indians with a red zone possession, threatening. And they're going to take their final timeout, or is Broken Bow going to take a timeout? They took their final timeout. So the Indians will take their final timeout with 22.8 seconds left, third period. Let's take a commercial timeout of our own. We'll be back in just a moment.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Nobody hands any jobs out in the NFL. You have to earn it. There was a small opportunity to make it. I just held to, I've got this one opportunity to try for this dream. And in my mind, it was nothing to lose and everything to gain. I was probably about a month and a half, 2 months away from totally hanging it up, and went to the last camp and had some looks and had an opportunity to come work out in Kansas City, and the rest was history.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Well, I don't know all the events that have transpired to lead to this position, but I can tell you what the position is. 22.8 seconds left, third period, 49-22. The Savages lead, second and goal from the 7-yard line for the Indian offense. Wildcat formation. Direct snap to Sonny. Rolling left. Now he wants to throw the football out. It's got an open receiver, breaks a tackle, and gets in the end zone. The Indians with another 6 points.
And that was Sonny, the freshman, again, throwing the ball. Looked like faking the run and then throwing it over the end zone. So they do score before the end of the third quarter, and it likely that makes it a 21-point game. I don't know if they'll go for 2 here or not, Skip.
I don't know. I can tell you this, though. If you're the Ada Cougars watching this game film on the Broken Bow Savages, your mouth's watering right now because we are having a very difficult time stopping a pretty base passing offense here. They're not really doing anything fancy. They're just beating us in the coverage.
Right, rolling out and throw it in the flat a lot of time. Well, that one poster out downfield.
Well, I mean, there's been some misdirection, don't get me wrong, but that was just, you kind of saw that coming from a mile away, and we just couldn't stop it. It's direct handoff, Wildcat. They'll throw it over the line, and then once again, he's wide open. That's a 2-point conversion, 30 points on the board now for the Indians. 49-30 is our score, and there's still 16 seconds left in the third period. Let's take a commercial timeout. More Savage football is on the way.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
Well, this is an interesting football game. I don't know any other way to describe it. I mean, there's some crazy stuff going on here. That's 49-30, and we're still in the third period. 16.3 seconds left, and here's another hard kick. That's not going to go 10 yards. It's going to go out of bounds, and wow, A.J. Brannon put 85 on his backside.
And he is happy about it.
What a blow that was. 16.3 seconds left, third period. The Savage offense in the huddle with their head coach, and we'll see what we can get going. Hey, we got enough time to score right here in the third.
Based on the first 2 possessions of this half, we do. And would you say that A.J. Brennan's a guy that plays with emotion?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He may be the most emotional player we have. He and Cale Ginn.
Yeah.
Both are just full of emotion during the game, and you love seeing that. What's going on here? There's a conversation going on with the Stillwell coaches and the referee.
Well, they've got to mark the ball. They got penalty off.
Yeah, that's what it is. The penalty for going out of bounds. Gotcha.
So, again, a short field for Broken Bow.
Indian territory, 44-yard line, 1st and 10. Shotgun formation. Neal on the right hip of Howell. 3 receivers in set. Howell wants to throw it, looking outside. He's got an open receiver. It's a low caught pass, and that is Dejon Hall, I believe, who went down low to catch the ball at about the 40-yard line and then is spun backwards. And rather than giving him where he caught the ball, they're going to put him where he got spun down.
Yeah, there's no forward progress apparently on that one.
That'll do it on the third period as time expires. The Savages with 49, the Indians with 30. It'll be a second down play for the Savage offense when play resumes. We'll be right back.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Well, collectively, we have 79 points on the board, and there's still 12 minutes of football left. Savage offense on the field. They have the football at the 42-yard line, second down, and about 8. As the Savages have the same 5 up front, McDaniel, That's Shomo and Freeman, Curry and Hammonds. They've got a tight end in the football game. That's the H-back Braden Williams. And 3 receivers in formation, along with Neal, the running back. Here's a handoff. Neal has some blocking right side to the 40. Turns it up 35-yard line, and down he goes, just short. Less than a yard from the line to gain, but he is short. And the Savages will be faced with a 3rd down and less than a yard.
Another good, tough run by Neal getting outside, and I think this is going to be the first possession that the Savages have run where they've had a 3rd down.
I don't think they ran 3 plays on the previous 3 possessions.
No, two-play. Yeah, there were two-play scoring drives.
Yep. Pistol formation, Hal in front of Neal. Now they'll flip Williams to the left side. Stillwell bringing the backers. Read option, handoff, 1st down yardage. Neal still running, pushing people forward across the 30 down, close to the 27-yard line. They'll spot him there. 1st and 10, Broken Bow. Clock stops with 11:15 left in the ball game as they reset the chains.
More power running by Neal as he just exploded through would-be arm tackles on that. He does need to cover up. They look like they might have been reaching to knock the ball out, though, so he needs to get both hands on that football.
Savages, I'm sure, would like the clock to continue to run here as they'll take their time in between plays. Under 11 minutes to go now in the ball game. Fake handoff. Now Graydon wants to throw it. He'll keep it instead to the 25. Makes a cut move. Dead legs to the 15, to the 10. Stiff arm to the 5, to the flag. Touchdown, Broken Bow.
That just looks so easy. It's just he's incredible. Once he kept the ball and turned it up past the line of scrimmage, you could see, very similar to the touchdown he scored against Salisal last week, where he just uses the entire field to outrun his opponents.
When he gives you that dead leg, that Deion Sanders dead leg move, you know he sees something out of the corner of his eye, and he went that direction quickly. Graydon Howell with a big run. 10:43 left in the football game. 55-30 is the score, and Zaragoza will try to add point number 56 here, as now we have 85 points on the board. The kick is up. That one slipped through the right side, and it is good. Just stay right here. 56-30 is our score. 10:43 left on the clock. And once again, Chris, I don't know statistically what this game looks like for Broken Bow, but Graydon Howell is having quite a performance on really all aspects of the game. He's got an interception on defense. He's got a punt return for a touchdown. He's got a couple of long punt returns, even the ones he didn't score. And he's got some great plays, both passing and running, on offense.
Just a stellar performance by a stellar athlete. And that was, again, and the surrounding cast also. Also getting Snooty Neal having a great night. His receivers. I'll tell you one thing about that passing. I mentioned in the first quarter, he had thrown to 6 different receivers for Broken Bow, spreading the ball around, and a very accurate night of passing for Graydon Howell, but also good job by the receiver, DeJohn Hall, adjusting to catch one over his back. And it's a stellar performance by the Broken Bow offense. It's the defense that has shown some susceptibility, and you're right. They're with that tough district schedule, Poto and Ada still to be played. They're going to have to tighten up defensively against the run and those passes out of that kind of formation.
A big point output for the Savages, though, as this is the biggest score. This is the biggest score they've put on the scoreboard in the last couple of years. They had 51 against Glenpool last year, now 56 here against Stillwell. Fair catch called for and made by the Indians as the offense will take over. They have 10:43 left on the game clock here in the football game, and they'll send the offense back out. And, Chris, we've seen a variety of different offensive sets, some gimmicky stuff, and really some breakdown in the Savage secondary on our pass coverages as they've had some success tonight in getting in the end zone on some long passing plays.
Yeah, and I think that's what you're going to see more and more of, Skip, is that there's 10:43 left in this game, and it is Broken Bow with a 26-point lead. Keep in mind the Indians have no more timeouts, so I think that power running game is gone. We're going to see them airing it out.
Stillwell offense heads out. Big lineman, as we've seen all night tonight, and this is late in the game for them. So sometimes you see fatigue be a factor at this stage of the game. We'll see if that plays out in Broken Bow's favor. Shotgun formation. Looking right, fires the football out to the back out of the backfield, makes a good cut move and cuts inside of the defensive back, Patrick, who went up to turn the play in. Savages will corral him and get him on the ground after he crosses the 35 up near the 37. They'll spot it at the 37-yard line. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
And that is Patrick's job on that, to outside contain, force him back inside, and have them tackle him. Savage is happy to give up 4 yards on that and keep the clock running.
Murphy back in the game at defensive tackle. Trey Williams getting some playing time out there now. 52, he's the other defensive tackle. Still Brown and Ginn at the ends. Wildcat handoff. And the Savages wrap him up. He slips through the first wave and gets big yardage now after contact. When I say big yardage, 3 yards, but still 3 yards after we had 2 guys wrap him up. That was a very strong run by the Stillwell running back. Clock on the move, 9:45 left in the ball game. Now it'll be 3rd down, but they have about 2 yards to go here.
Yeah, but keep in mind, that's going to be he was pushed by the 6'2", 395-pound lineman.
Wow.
Yeah, that's Teehee. That's number 71. He is a load.
What are they doing here? They're going under. No, that didn't go under center.
I think he called an audible.
Yeah. Got a back behind him here, a little bit of a pistol look, and hit in the backfield, and down he goes. Look at this.
Cale Ginn.
Braden Williams, Trey Williams, Cale Ginn.
Ginn and the Williams brothers.
Savages putting the hurt on, drop him for a loss, and that'll force a 4th down, a loss of 2 yards there. Full 2 yards on the play. They go from 3rd and 2 to 4th and 4.
That was a fantastic play. I think you're right. I think fatigue has something. Savages have, I think, superior conditioning. Yeah. Keep in mind also that a lot of these guys for Still are going both ways, and Savages with a lot of reserves. Yeah. A lot of guys that are starting just one way, and a lot of Williams, and for the first time this game on defense, I believe.
Yeah, this is the point in the game when you see that in the big boys, and that, I think you are seeing some result of it. Straight ahead, he's not going to get to the line to gain. Savages have stopped him on 4th down. They'll take over at the 42-yard line. Yeah, the 41, let's say.
Another tackle for loss by big number 0, Pratt.
I don't think so. It wasn't a.
Oh, he got his leg. No, he knocked the legs out from under him.
Yeah, but it wasn't a loss.
Oh, it wasn't a TFL.
Yeah.
But it was a turnover on deck.
He gained yardage. He just didn't get to the line to gain. 8:27 left in the ball game. Savage offense on the in the huddle here as they break out 41 yards away. And they'll stay with the first teamers. Graydon Howell and Snooty Neal will be in the backfield. This looks like A.J. Brandon and Dejon Hall, wide left. Braden Williams in the H. Khalil Flagg, wide right. Hand off to Neal, straight ahead across the line of scrimmage and up to the 40-yard line. A gain of about a yard. 2nd down and 9, but more importantly for the Savages, the clock will run. The Indians are out of timeout.
And I think you're going to see a lot. I think you're going to get a heavy dose of Snooty Neal running the football. The Savage is going to be, as we mentioned in earlier games, they are great at clock management.
So the Savages are happy to let the clock run. They've still got 20 on the play clock here. Clock moves under 8 minutes left in the ball game. Play clock down to 13. Graydon taking his time. He'll put Neal on his right hip. And he'll snap it with 5 to go. Hand off to Neal, sweeping left. Gets a good block, turns it back upfield across the 35, down close to the 33-yard line, maybe even the 32. And they will give him, looks like they're going to give him a spot at the 32-yard line. So it'll be a 3rd down and less than a yard here for the Savages.
That was a great surge by the Savage O-line on that play, and they've taken over this football game. As far as the battle of the trenches, Broken Bow now winning it.
Flagg and Hall standing on the left side of the formation. They'll be the split receivers to that side. They'll be the only receivers in formation, double tight with Neal in the backfield. Probably a keeper here, I would guess. Graydon takes the snap. Nope, he's going to hand it to Neal and let Snooty do the work. He gets back to the line to gain. Yards after contact, and he falls across the 30-yard line. That's good enough for a 1st and 10. 6:55 left in the ball game. Stop the clock, move the chains. The Savages with a 1st down and 10 at the 30-yard line of Stillwell.
Again, a dominant performance by the Savage offense. They know you're going to run the ball. They know you're probably going to give to Neal, but they still can't do anything about it.
Yeah, and good yards after contact that time. Hard snap count, nobody moved, and Graydon will look to the sideline. Looks like they'll keep the same play. Trip receivers, wide side. Wants to throw the ball, pump fake, now goes back the opposite way. Nice pass and catch. And a nice gain on first down as the receiver makes the catch out there. Was that flag?
That is flag, and what a smart play by Khalil Flagg as he caught the ball, started to go out of bounds, and then realized, no, I want to stay in, and he drove back this way to go down inbounds and keep the clock running. Smart play by a good receiver.
Gain of 7, second down and 3. Clock moving, 6:12 left here in the period, or in the game, excuse me. Pistol formation.
Yeah, and they're using all of this play clock.
That's exactly what this is about. Hand off to Neal again, pushing people down as he goes, breaking tackles to the 15, 10 to the flag, touchdown, Broken Bow. Snooty Neal with a nice touchdown run that time. 2 broken tackles and a great move to the outside. Snooty's got another 6, and the Savages have 62 on the board.
That is the highest scoring game of this season, the highest scoring in a while by Broken Bow.
That's high scoring of the Maverick era so far, 62. It's the first time we've been over 60.
They got Zaragoza out there again.
And he's been perfect for the night. Don't want to jinx
Well,
him.
he had one blocked.
Oh, that's true. He did. 5:50 left in the football game. Good snap this time. The kick is a wobbler, but it went through.
It actually, I think that was slightly blocked too, but it did go through.
63 for the Savages and 30 for the Indians. 5:50 left in the football game. Let's take a short timeout. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown.
And here's your kickoff. Zaragoza high and deep, backpedaling, fair catch. I think that would have went out of bounds if he'd have let it go, but he caught it instead, and that's where they'll take over as the Indian offense will get another chance. They have 5 minutes, 50 seconds left to work with here, but they trail by 33 points and they don't have any timeouts left, so I think it's academic here. The Savages can safely land this aircraft if they just can do their job. But nonetheless, we're going to play this last 5:50 out. And I talked about fatigue being a factor on the field. I'm going to readily admit that it's beginning to be a factor in the press box as well.
This is true, and it's oh man,
It's a long ways up here for one thing.
Yeah.
Not to the press box necessarily. The drive.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, and they don't have Graydon Howell back deep, but you do have DeJohn Hall back deep at safety, and so if they air it out, he's going to go after the football.
First down and 10, football to 33-yard line, and the Indian offense on the field. They'll take it handoff straight ahead. Savages will put contact on him, and there again is Cade Pratt putting him down. I do think that's a tackle for loss.
That is a bulldog.
Yeah.
I mean, he's, he probably could have won a buckle at the rodeo doing that.
Loss of a yard on the play. It'll leave 2nd and 11, and another TFL goes in the books for number 0. He's having a big, big year.
Yeah, he started this game with over 60 tackles and over 47. I think he had 47 solo tackles. There's another one and another for loss.
Junior linebacker Cade Pratt. Clock on the move, 5:15 left in the ballgame. Savages making adjustments to the strong side. Indians want to throw the football. Pump fake, firing it downfield, one-on-one coverage. He's got it at the 30 to the 22-yard line. He beat the safety in coverage, and that's the freshman Sonny. And again, the Indians airing it out and making good connections.
Boy, that was a great catch by Sonny, but what a great route and catch. But what a pass. That was right on the money. I mean, right in the basket there. And they can throw the football.
They can.
That's impressive.
And they're crossing the Savages up. I mean, you had a safety. You had your strong safety in coverage that time. So, and they just beat him. Here's a handoff. Nowhere to go. And the Savages once again will wrap him up. I think they'll give him the penetration back to the line of scrimmage, so I don't think it'll be another tackle for loss, but it was a hard stop by the Broken Bow Savage defenders.
Well, where they're marking it, it is a loss of about a foot. That's a TFL.
I see Jason Sossaman in the game, along with Trey Williams, Tyjon Murphy, and Cale Ginn. That's the 4 across the front. Maddock and Pratt in the middle. The Savage defenders trying to make a stop, but the Indians with the football at the 25-yard line. Handoff, right side, jumps over a would-be tackler. First down yardage, still on his feet, all the way to the corner. I can't see the corner. Did he get in the end zone?
Yeah, he did, I believe. Let's see, yeah. They're calling
touchdown. Stillwell touchdown, and just like that, they've put 6 more on the board. And, Chris, we're an extra point away from having 100 collective points on the board.
Yeah, we're hitting the century mark. And keep in mind, I mean, it's still 4 minutes left in this ball game. Savages obviously have the ability, almost to score as well. But this kicker for Stillwell has kicked 2 textbook onside kicks so far in this game. So that's something they're going to do it. But you just got to watch it.
That's a very good point. 63-36 is our score, and they're going to go for 2 here. Wildcats will take the snap, throws the ball into the end zone. Is it incomplete?
Yeah, incomplete pass, and so it doesn't.
It's no good. So we're stuck with 99 points on the scoreboard. 4 minutes left in the football game, and man, this is a wild one. Yeah,
and it's, again, onside kick coming up, and they're going to have to cover. Now, keep in mind, I know you're thinking, well, it's, it's a 29-point game. Or, sorry, it's a 27-point game. But probably out of the reach of them. Even a miracle, I don't think they come back and win. But they might be, if everything works right for Stillwell, they could cut into that 15 points that counts toward the tiebreaker, and that's they're not going to give up. That's what they're going to try to do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they would need 2 touchdowns unanswered just to get back to 15. So it's still, and we'll see what happens. But the Savages, I think, can run the clock out because the Indians don't have any timeouts left. So we only have 4 minutes left in the football game. Savages have all 3 of their timeouts. The Indians don't have any. And we'll see the Savage offense provided that we can field this kickoff. And as you've said, this guy does a really good job with this low, hard, onside kick move. Now, he's a couple of times tonight, he didn't put it on the tee, trying to kind of kick those squigglers, but this time he goes back to the kick, and the Savages will field it on the hop. That looks like Clay, I believe.
It was.
Brian Clay catches it on the hop and actually makes a decent return out of it into Indian territory at the 45-yard line. Savages will set up shop. 3:56 left in the football game. Savages lead 63-36.
Broken Bow with it at this point now, no timeouts left for Stillwell. So Savages are about 2 timeouts from, 2 first downs from being able to run the clock out.
3:56. Let's see if they go full 40.
About a minute 20 per, if it's 3-play possession.
I mean, they actually could probably just get 1 first down, and they could get it very, very close. Here's Blake Skelton in the shotgun. Pistol, actually. Hand off to Neal. He's trying the right side. He's going to get about a yard, not much more than that. But the clock will continue to run. Under 3:45 left now in the ball game. 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, it looks like one of the Savage linemen coming up looking a little bit hobbled there.
Curry, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lucas Curry looking like a little bit of a limp when he came up off.
Dejon Hall moving back over to the wide side of the offense. A.J. Brannon is split to that side. Braden Williams, the H-back, also to the left side of scrimmage. Skelton with the snap, hand off to Neal. He'll try that strong side, outruns the defender to the 40, 35. Hard hit at the 30, just short of the 30-yard line at the 31. That was a big, big contact, and the Savages will move the chains on a big run by Snooty Neal. 3:05 left in the ball game. Clock stopped.
Snooty Neal also, I mean, it's been a lot of, explosiveness by Green Howell, but I think that might have put Snooty over 100 yards in this game, and he averages 100 yards per game.
3:05 left in the ball game. Clock stops on the out of bounds, and the Savages will set up 1st and 10 as the sophomore Blake Skelton getting some action here. Hand off to Neal, straight ahead, follows the big blocks to the 25, to the 20, inside the 20-yard line. Another red zone possession as the Savages will move the chains with 2:57 left in the ballgame. Neal doing all the work here behind those linemen, and he's got another Savage 1st and 10.
A beautiful run, just straight north and south running. He lined up, Neal lined up on the hash mark and went straight forward down that hash mark to gain another first down.
63-36, the Savages with the lead and the football. We're letting the time run. 2:40 left in the ball game.
Play clock still at 20, so a lot of time left to run off.
It's all academic here for the Savages now as they have gotten those first downs we talked about, although they did them quickly, so they do still have some work to do to get the rest of the time off the clock. Neal tries the right side, cuts it back up inside the 15, down close to the 10-yard line. He may get to the 10.
I think he's
They're going to
about
spot
the
him
11.
just outside the 10, between the 10 and the 11-yard line. Clock running, 2:10 left. Was that a 1st and 10? It's not. He's short.
No, he's just short.
Second down and along, well, let's call it 2 yards. Second down and 2.
Again, it's you know what's coming, but at this point, hard to stop.
Savages again using all the play clock, trying to let the game clock run out. 1:45. Clock on the move. Fake handoff. Blake's going to keep it. Left side. Cuts it back inside, and he has his legs cut out from under him. I think he's got the 1st and 10. He got the 2 yards he needed. So they'll stop the clock with 1:35 left in the ball game. Move the chains. The Savages setting up a 1st and goal. So now you could technically kneel it, Chris.
Yeah, and I think, I don't know if they may or may not do that. We'll see what happens.
It's been a little bit of a chippy game, at least from the penalty standpoint. So I don't know that Maverick might not go ahead and he's got his backup quarterback in. So,
wow.
Let him go. Let's see if we can score here. See if we can put 70 up. Clock moving now with 1:12 left in the ballgame. Here's a Skelton scrambling, reverses his field. Now he'll throw the football away, and it'll fall incomplete. But that will stop the clock with 1:02 left in the ballgame, and the Savages will be faced with a 2nd down and goal from the Indian 7-yard line.
Yeah, looking elsewhere around 4A4, it's Poto 28, Glenpool 17 in the 4th quarter.
Wow, closer than one would have thought.
Yeah, closer than one would have thought. McLean, Salas all over McLean, 45-7, and then Hilldale, Ada and Hilldale in the 4th, 48, Ada, 31.
Handoff. Neal tries the right side. Is he in the end zone? Yes, he is. That's the Savage touchdown, and that's the 69th point for the Broken Bow Savage offense tonight. They're an extra point away from putting 70 up. First time in quite some time. I would have to think back to the last time we scored 70 points in a game.
We never did during the Rich Jones era that I can recall, and that was some of the highest scoring offenses we've had.
I think, we did. I remember a game where I think it was 73 or 77-0 against Tulsa Edison under Rich Jones.
Oh, okay.
And I think I remember a 70-plus game with Greg Werner during the Werner era. Here's the extra point. It is up, and it's good. 70-36, 54.5 seconds left in the football game, and the Savages clearly in command here. They're going to get their plus 15. They're going to get their 2nd district win of the season, and they will have a short week to prepare for the Hilldale Hornets next week, a Thursday night game, as we are back-to-back on the road. Chris, fall break on the way next week, and we'll be on the road to Muskogee.
Yeah, and face the Hilldale Hornets. Get Hilldale, definitely not to be overlooked.
Agreed. Yeah, never overlook Hilldale. They always have fight in them. But the Savages, as far as playoff positioning is concerned, the Sallisaw came down to our place and took home a hard-fought win last week. And, hey, this just ends. Sallisaw's pretty good. Yeah. So, it's no shame in losing to a good football team, although I would prefer it with someone besides Sallisaw. But we've still got to play the Ada Cougars. They're a highly ranked football team this year, still undefeated on the season. And, we've got some other games that will test our mettle as well. As far as Tulsa McLean, they've got great athletes. They handed us a big loss at their place last year. They've got to play in Memorial Stadium for the first time in a while coming up in a few weeks here, though. Savages will tee it up. There's still 54.5 seconds left to maneuver here, but hopefully we can get that part done. So there it goes. It gets the kick away. Fielded, fair catch, call for and made, 34-yard line. And the Indian offense will come back on the field. And one would hope that they would just kneel the football and let's get out of here. But the way this game has gone, I highly doubt that that's what's going to happen. Savages getting some players in.
Yeah, I think you may see them get out there and air it out again.
Yeah.
Maybe trying to hit that. No, I don't even see 9 on the. Yeah, 9's now on the field. These are.
So Coach Toby Bean sent me a message here that says Hilldale was ahead of Ada at the half.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know that. No, that's a tighter game than it probably should be. This district is actually pretty competitive. Handoff, and mercifully, I believe that's going to be the last snap. If they don't get the ball reset, they got to. Let's see if he sets the clock here. Now they're going to have to snap it one more time, I think. Well, they're going to try to anyway. They're quickly back on the football.
Yeah.
Why do you hand off a base play, though? If
I don't know. That was Goss, by the way. Colson Goss making initial contact.
Good. Yeah, that's good. So here we go. Handoff again, just another base play straight ahead. That should be the final snap.
Goss and Sossaman and Williams.
We're under 20 seconds left.
And
slow getting the ball back down. I don't think the Indians are even going to get back on the snap here. Under 10 seconds left. 70-36 will be our final score tonight as the Savages will hand the Indians another loss on the season. They are winless in district play. In fact, they only have a non-conference win, I guess, Keys Park Hill, I think.
I believe so, yeah. But played many of those games close again. So
once again, want to thank all of our sponsors tonight, McCurtain County National Bank, Jennifer Broadus, State Farm Insurance, the Broken Tiki, through Lake Tours with the Broken Tiki.
Downtown Broken Bow.
Downtown Broken Bow, and McCurtain County National Bank. Those are our Savage annual media partners this year. We thank them so much for bringing these telecasts to you free of charge here on the YouTube channel. Chris, you have any parting shots?
No, just it's we're going to have to get some kind of supercomputer and add up these stats because it's been a great statistical night. But we're going to Hilldale. That may be a tough game, and it's a short week, so we will see you from there on Thursday.
Thursday night, it's a 7 o'clock kickoff in Hilldale.
And Tuesday is a very important day.
Yeah, don't forget. Absolutely, it's an important day. Get out and cast your vote in this bond election. That's Tuesday, October 14th. Polls are open 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. For Jonathan Calloway on the main cam tonight, Chris Chandler doing double duty, producing and doing the great analysis as always. My name is Skip Copeland. God bless you all. We'll see you next week from Hilldale, Oklahoma.
This is my time, I'm on the rise, can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time, ready to shine, brighter than all of the lights. Cause when it's game time, seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind, beating the buzzer like, this is my time, this is my moment. You better bet that I'm on it.